something no one in AEW has done.
Finish him off! He's calling for it! This is it! This is it! Your career's on the line here! Do it! Do it! This place will erupt when he picks him up! He's got him up! Oh, hell yeah! 1, 2, 3! Thank you! Thank you! We've got a new heavyweight champion! Climb the ladder, kid! Make yourself famous! I just had an out-of-body experience! What did we just see? What did we just see?
He got him in a power slam! He got him in a power slam! He got it! Simmons got it! Simmons has won the match! Simmons is a champion!
I've always maintained that reality is for people who can't face drugs.
Shit is about to get real.
You get to see your knee. Knee. Shit.
Look at the stare of the champion against the challenger.
What?
And now, Straight Talk Society presents Wrestling with Reality.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
It's going to be the biggest battleground in the history of our sport. The biggest match in pro wrestling history.
The two biggest superstars in our sport in the biggest event the sport has ever seen. The biggest match in the history of our sport.
Trying to run a little scalded dog here. Enough is enough. That's enough. No! Oh, God, that's enough! Stop it! Fail! Listen, marriage is tougher than a $2 steak. Who is your daddy? Who's your daddy, Undertaker? Hip slam! Toe slam! Who's your daddy, Undertaker? Lucifer's lips are the biggest hugs in the WWE! Somebody stop this! Somebody stop the damn man! Enough's enough!
What?
The irresistible force meeting the immovable object.
It's got it real! Woo!
WWE Dynamite.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? It's time. Let's rock.
I can't do it. We'll do it live.
So to escape from reality?
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
I am reality.
Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Oh, it's live, pal.
Let the slaughter begin! It is now time for
Wrestling with
Reality.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Junior, look at this.
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
number one to be the man, baby! You have to beat the man! Heavyweight champion of the world. The time is now. Reality has become the present, and the final lesson of the pain game has begun. Have you ever heard a joke like that in your life?
You are gonna wrestle my ass for the world title. You will have to kill me to keep me from killing you. Woo!
The 90s have been referred to as the reckoning with truth. In the 80s, everything was clouded. Nobody ever told the truth. In the 90s, the way to go is flat out. Tell no lies. That's the way we're gonna do it. When you hear something from our lips, truth it may be, and as much as it may hurt, you can count on it being exactly the way that it is.
We want the gold, sucker! Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga!
Oh, what is up, Straight Talk Society? This is your host, Trevor, and we're back with another episode of Wrestling with Reality. And in the words of the great Booker T, we are coming for you, N-words. But I am not alone today. I do have in the building the political prophet amongst men, MD. What's going on, MD?
Peace, peace, peace. What's going on? What's happening?
Not a damn thing. Another scorching hot day. Jesus,
yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's pretty hot. I'm in Alabama right now. It's hot as hell.
And last but definitely not least, producer extraordinaire Venkat in the building. What's going on, Venkat?
What's going on, Trevor? What's going on, MD?
Hey, another day, another dollar, man. We're gonna talk about some good old fashioned wrestling.
Well, if you're getting a dollar, I'm getting 50 cents.
Yeah, I wish I was getting my whole dollar. I wish I was getting my full dollar, but I'm damn sure not getting it. It's funny, Sanford and Son, which I think is Sanford and Son might be my favorite show of all time.
Greatness.
That are good times. And it and I remember the episode where Grady was like, hey, when I start putting in the Social Security, $1 was worth $1. Now every dollar I put in is worth like 25 cents. So that's kind of how I feel.
Yep.
For every dollar I get, I'm probably getting 33 cents of it actually in my pocket. So, you know, it is what it is. What could I say? Capitalism at its finest. But this is Wrestling with Reality, and we will be discussing AEW Double or Nothing that took place this past Sunday in Las Vegas. But before we get to that show, I do have a couple of things I want to go over, a couple of quick hits that I just want to run down real quick. But first of all, shout out to those of you watching over on Twitter. You guys really seem to love the wrestling shows and the politics show, and I really appreciate that. I know I'd rather you come over to YouTube, but hey, as long as you're watching, it's fine. Speaking of politics, be sure to check out Wrestling with Reality. This is Wrestling with Reality. Tape Fist Politics from last night. Man, it was another church episode, another corruption of the church. It's funny because Jeremy Dunbar hit me up this morning and he asked me, was I mad at him or something? I'm like, no, man. That's just I'm like, nah. I'm like, that's just how I am. Like somebody has to play the devil's advocate. And and in that situation, that's what I was doing. So yeah, it's all love with Jeremy. But yeah, so y'all check out Tape Fist Politics. Yeah, Tape Fist Politics consistently last night had a couple of eyeballs on it. That's what I love to see. Because again, I keep saying it and y'all think it's conjecture. Nobody has yet found me a better political show. It is legit the only show that you're going to get it exactly how it is. And you may get an argument or two, but it is what it is. It is the best amateur political show on YouTube, and you're not going to find one better. Nobody has yet to find me one or point me in the direction of the other one. And the sooner everybody starts realizing that and watching it, then, I won't give a damn about this ridiculousness that YouTube is doing to that show specifically. Shout out to Bones in the building. Shout out to Keela. I didn't know if Keela was still in here or not, but shout out to you, Keela. I'm just waiting on the word. You already know what I'm talking about. I'm just waiting on the word. So we do, like I said, we do have this AEW show to get into. But before we get into that, I got a couple of quick hits that I want to get into tonight. We got two departures, and I want to know your guys' thoughts we got two departures that took place this week. Well, this one will take place in 2 days. So first one, Arn Anderson announces his exit from AEW. So Arn Anderson was on this show, the Arn Show. I didn't even know that was still on. And he revealed that his AEW contract is expiring on May 31st, and he'll be making his leave from the company. Arn expressed his extreme gratitude to Tony Khan, calling him a wonderful human being and noting how much of an impact the AEW president has made on the wrestling industry. Arn Anderson addressed his future in wrestling, stating that he believes in the talent and the ability of his son, Brock Anderson, who is no longer with AEW and wants to spend his remaining years in wrestling helping him to develop into a star. So Arn Anderson is leaving AEW because he wants to focus on developing his son. But that's not it. We had another departure that was announced 2 days ago. World's Strongest Man, Mark Henry, also revealed that his contract is up. And Mark Henry, so during today's edition of Busted Open, this was like 2 days ago, Mark Henry announced that his time in AEW is over. Henry stated that his contract with AEW is set to expire tomorrow, and he wanted to address the matter. Henry mentioned that Tony Khan expressed his happiness and pride in what they achieved together. So Henry basically wants to start the markhenry.com and the Remarkable brand. So he decided not to renew his contract because what Henry was saying is that if he can't be fully into it, he just doesn't want to do it. So with these two departures, I ask you guys, see, Bones is already jumping the gun right there. What impact do you guys feel these two losses are going to mean on the AEW locker room? Now, we know AEW locker room is notorious from every report that you heard that they don't listen to the older guys. Who was it? Hangman or whoever CM Punk got into it about, because they don't listen to the older guys. So you got a guy like Arn Anderson, greatest number 2 man in the business. You got Mark Henry. I didn't see anything that he was doing on AEW, so I was shocked. All the stuff that he said he did in this thing, they were more so focusing on outreach programs, which is fantastic. But I didn't see his on-screen presence. And I'm not the one that watches AEW like that, so I wouldn't tell you that I watch every single second of it. But so what do you guys feel like the impact of losing these two veterans, like real veterans that's been in real locker rooms with some real hitters? You can't replace this type of knowledge. You just can't.
Yeah, this news, it's two ways to it. Well, first of all, they're not losing either guy because, of a controversy or dissatisfaction with their work. It's just the individual, Arn and Mark, they have other interests that they would like to focus on more, and that's why they're parting ways. But at the same time, their presence and their knowledge and their guidance and everything they can bring in that backstage will be sorely missed. But maybe there's a way for them to explore other talent or other legends or guys that have been in the industry for a while that they can tap. But their contributions has been great, especially like Arn Anderson, because he's been in AEW for a big chunk of the existence of the company. And I just like the idea of Arn Anderson being around in wrestling. So, but it's not a real bad thing that happened here. It's just circumstance. But AEW, I just hope that they go out and they try to find people. You're not going to fully find people to fill their void, but maybe they can just find some more people along that line that could help continue to give them some locker room guidance, because it seems like AEW needs to have some sort of veteran presence in there.
MD, what's your thoughts on this?
So So yeah. As far as impact, is little to no impact at all. Losing Arn Anderson and Mario. I'm just being honest. Little to no impact. I don't know the capacity in which Arn and Mark Henry were in. I'm assuming like Arn maybe was an agent backstage for Matt. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's saddening that I believe Arn Anderson was there the whole time. It's sad that there wasn't more of a presence in terms of the feel of the show directly tied to a person like Arn Anderson. That's sickening to me. Arn, for all intents and purposes, if you ask me, should have been more of a head role than anybody else there. Along with other guys like a Jerry Lynn or Malenko, or all these people that they've had backstage. As far as being an agent, that's fine. But we know that an AEW style match ain't fitting to anything that Arn Anderson would be able to tell these guys or Dean or anybody else. They gonna work the match the way they want to work the match based on how they know wrestling. Put Arn in a position where he can book the entirety of the show, or at least have a say-so in it. He didn't have that. Neither did Mark Henry, to my knowledge. Being an ambassador, yeah, that's cool. At the end of the day, I look at it as free money. They was riding, especially Mark Henry, riding. And then he can go on and do Bust It Open and do all this other stuff and make more money. It's no impact. If they gonna go, they should have go. Like in case of Arn is, he's an older person. It's time for him to go and pack it up. But the time that you had him, me, nor you, nor anybody else saw any significant impact that he did in AEW. That's just what it is. So it don't make much of a difference. It's just a couple more $100,000 that Tony Khan can keep in his pocket.
Hey, but MD, don't you think that having those one-on-ones, those moments that's not recorded, that we don't see at all, just little psychological things with character or story or any sort of impact, just saying a few words or any kind of guidance that they could provide that doesn't come up in that sheet when they go down the roll as far as what they're going to do creatively. And there's things that just a legend like that can do and say that can inspire and impact a talent. Those are things you just can't weigh, substantially. It's just it's an organic thing that just happens.
Well, Venkat, everything you hear from anybody you hear talk about the locker room, they don't want to hear that.
Exactly.
They don't want to hear it. They shun all the old guys.
I can't. Are you trying to say universally that the entire roster up and down doesn't grasp the gravity of having legends that have been in the game for decades and being able to tap that knowledge? Come on.
Of course not. But it's caveats. I get what you're saying, Venkat, but we talking about the entirety versus some knickknacks here or there. Is a caveat in a match worth $200,000? With the amount of knowledge that Arn Anderson has,
right?
Is working this caveat here or there in a match worth 200? I'm just saying 200,000. I don't know what Arn Anderson was paid, but I'm pretty sure he was getting hundreds of thousands of dollars a year on his contract. Is that worth, with the amount of knowledge that Arn Anderson has, a caveat in a match, intricacy, $200,000? It's not. Arn Anderson has as much wrestling knowledge in his pinky than any of those guys combined in that locker room. I'm gonna make sure I squeeze as much knowledge as I can to the fulfillment of the entirety of the show. And Tony Khan didn't do that at all. You know it, and I know it.
Hey Bones, if you got a clear mic, I just put the link in the chat because I know you'll probably give us more on this pay-per-view than I'm going to give you because I only want to talk about 2 matches.
As a matter of fact, real quick, just think somebody like Arn Anderson that worked NWA in the 80s To even think that there will be a position called an agent where you would have a guy that's creating spots for a match. They didn't do that in the 80s. They called it. So in that
products. Yeah.
right. So just from that alone, it was a waste.
Bone said it best. The Arn Anderson hire was strictly a Cody Rhodes thing. And the Mark Henry thing was just because WWE didn't renew his contract, they hired him. But I just asked myself this, knowing those two guys and whatever, I know we haven't watched a bunch of AEW, but from what we've watched, what can you watch in anything we watched on AEW and be like, that was a Mark Henry influence or that was a Arn Anderson influence? The only thing I can tell you about Arn Anderson is the Cody stuff and Mark Henry, Powerhouse Hobbs. That's it. That's it. Mark Henry spends more time talking about how great Jade and Bianca is than the AEW roster. And that's very telling because he's the one who got them in the business. That's very, very telling. I mean, it just is. But I mean, okay. So last thing, how soon before Mark Henry pops up in WWE? I say a year.
But what is he gonna pop up to do?
He'll be an agent. He'll be a backstage agent.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
He'll be an agent. I know Arn Anderson is probably done. Triple H ain't gonna bring him on. It's just okay.
Well, I think Arn Anderson in general just wants to just wind down and
and he should. He should. But think about this. Think about this, Venkat. Pat Patterson never left Vince McMahon's side all those years. I mean, there was one or two times where they allegedly fired him, but he never left his side. When you get those type of jobs, you don't leave those.
Oh, well, Pat Patterson might have been on Vince McMahon's side for other reasons.
Yeah, well, what can he do at markhenry.com that he can't do still being under Tony Khan's payroll? It's got to be something else in the environment where he's just like, man, these young dudes ain't listening to me.
You feel like they're being taken for granted and ignored.
Yeah.
That's a sad state of affairs for something like AEW.
Look at this pay-per-view we're going to talk about. Peace, Daniel Price. We'll get to it real soon, but I just think they just had these guys and they don't listen to them. Like, people are getting tired of Chris Jericho now. I mean, come on,
I know, man. I am.
Yeah, well, but again, for everything that Chris Jericho did for that company, Chris Jericho was just as big a reason that company is successful as Cody and the Bucks. And for people to be turning on him and saying he needs to get out of the spotlight, which I agree. I'm not disagreeing, but I'm just saying, like, how the tables have turned.
Well, it seems like as he ages, his body just weird, man. The guy's body. I don't know what the hell happened to Chris Jericho. He wasn't like that before.
Yeah, and he's not that much older than Randy Orton or Batista.
Exactly, and that's a big difference.
I don't know why he looks like that. He's like he's caving in. Well, he's a rock star also. So, no telling what lifestyle he lived.
Right.
But the last thing on NXT that I want to get to before I get to the real last thing on NXT, Roxanne Perez comes out for an interview, and Ava, I'm gonna just call her Cardboard Ava, because I literally would just rather watch Cardboard talk than listen to her talk. So Ava comes out and she's like, oh yeah, we got an opponent for you at Battleground, which this Battleground card is actually shaping up to be really good. Can't believe it's this Sunday. My goodness, there's so much wrestling going on. And all of a sudden this music hits that I have no idea who it is. And obviously nobody else knew who it was. And Jordan Grace walks out. So AEW has a pay-per-view coming up called Forbidden Door, where it's going to be them and the New Japan people. Is WWE like, you know what? It works. Let's do it. Because Drew McIntyre tweeted something earlier today that says that the Forbidden Door works both ways. meaning that, and he showed a picture of him with the TNA title. So do you think, I mean, because this is crazy. Vince McMahon would have never done this. You have their champion on your TV getting a nice reaction. Like Vince would have never done this. What do you guys think about the NXT Forbidden Door, as we're going to end up calling it?
We need more of this type of stuff, man. I mean, how backwards and cavemanish is wrestling? This is long overdue. I want more stuff like this. I have no problems with it.
MD, you a TNA loyalist. What'd you think about this?
Hey, this is great for TNA, man. And TNA is on the rise, man. They got a good roster. They just can't be seen.
Yeah.
So this is great for TNA. Now, how do I feel about Roxanne Perez and Jordan Grace? Like, I'm interested. I'm gonna watch this pay-per-view. I'm interested to see how they're gonna work it, because realistically, I don't see Roxanne Perez like holding the candle to Jordan Grace. Like, I'm just gonna be honest.
Really?
I don't think that Roxanne Perez is gonna beat her clean. If they do, that ain't a good look.
Oh yeah, no, she won't beat her clean. No, absolutely, she won't beat her clean. She
will. Jordan Grace will lose. Ain't no way in hell Jordan Grace is about to come in here on a PLE and win the NXT title. That ain't happening. But from the realistic standpoint, I'm interested to see how they're gonna work it to give Roxanne the win. And yeah, this just opened the door for a whole lot of stuff. Keep in mind, Dolph Ziggler is also with TNA. I'm pretty sure. Let me say this. That's my pick for the TNA guy for Royal Rumble next year. It's gonna be Dolph Ziggler. Yeah.
Oh. Do you see what Daniel Price? You see what Daniel Price is saying, that Anthem Endeavor made an agreement with Anthem at the end of last year to stream TNA content. So technically WWE and TNA are both under TKO. That would be fantastic.
Oh wow, yeah. I mean, but hey, still at the end of the day, you can't find them on TV right now.
Yeah, well,
that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Unless you like working real hard.
Yeah, it's real bad.
I think it would be great.
That's what it is.
There's something on Pluto, but I don't think it's like current. It's like
that's that old stuff.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing Moose showing up. Moose showing up and confronting Trick. Like, why not? Play the black card. Why not?
Yeah.
So speaking of Trick, Trick Williams and I forget the other brother's name took on Gallus, and then they had a match, and at the end, Trick and the other dude won. So Lash Legend comes out. Oh my goodness. Hey, y'all gotta put some respect on Lash Legend's name. Lash Legend comes out and she's in the ring like, hey Trick, please tell me that you aren't the one that attacked Noam and the other guy. And Trick's like, no, I didn't do it. The lights go out. The lights turn back on and somebody's standing in the middle of the ring. I got no clue who that is. Come to find out, it's all ego Ethan Page. And the commentator says this was the funniest thing. He was like, oh my God, that's Ethan Page. I thought he was from 8. And then Booker T was like, nope, you can't say that. And I just thought that was just fantastic to say that. So I'm assuming this Ethan Page guy worked for TNA, because I got no idea who he is.
No, he came from AEW.
Yeah, AEW, my bad.
Yeah.
Is he any good?
Yeah, I like Ethan Page. I like his character, but he wasn't being used in AEW. So, hey, there you go. You know what I mean? And to be honest, I think that's about to be a trend here in a few when it comes to a lot of this AEW talent. I saw an article last week talking about what's his name, the New Orleans guy who was with Big Bill. Damn, I forgot his name that quick.
Who, Enzo?
No. In AEW.
No, Ricky Starks.
Yeah, Ricky Starks. Yeah, Ricky Starks. He upset. I think this is about to be a train headed toward the Performance Center not too long here. And that sucks for AEW. That sucks for Tony Khan, because He's putting himself in a dangerous situation where he's trying to create a culture with this new crop of talent, but surely enough, you know, it's mainstream guys getting the spotlight. So I can see it. Like Ethan Page might start something here that takes some valuable talent away from AEW. I like Ethan Page.
Yeah, Ricky Starks, from what I hear, is all but done with them. Like he's on his way. I mean, you had not Ty Dillinger, that was his old name. Sean Spears just showed up. You had Alexis King, Dust Pillman's son. So the tide is definitely shifting. The rumor is that Hook is AEW is NXT bound. Like, I mean, because Tony Khan rather spend money, you know, for all of WWE former stars that never moved any numbers. But we'll get to that eventually.
So you're saying he's Bischoff 2.0 is what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah. He just want to spend all this unnecessary money on all these people and not he's the NFL GM that spends all this money on a wide receiver when you need an interior lineman and a linebacker. So you're gonna overspend. You know, this my Dolphin hurt coming out now because I don't watch us do this for so many years, but that's what it's like. So let's get into this review. And Bones, I did drop the link in the event that you want to come up. Oh shit, there's something else I got to talk about. Hold on, I forgot. Let me read a quote from you. This happened in 2015, leading into the WWE Hall of Fame. So let's see what this says. Okay, this comes from the wrestling god himself, but I'm about to fry him because even him could be wrong. You know, that's one of those questions. This is in reference to China. That's one of these questions. Does she deserve to go into the Hall of Fame? Absolutely. Is it a little bit of a double-sided edge? It's not just as easy as should this person go into the Hall of Fame? Completely 100%. Transcended the business, changed the business, paradigm shifter and of the business, right? Did what no other woman ever did before and was awesome at it and a phenomenal talent. All of that other stuff that happened, and I don't need to get into any of that other stuff. Here's a kicker, but there is no beef on this side with anything, and I mean that 100%. From a career standpoint, she should absolutely be in the Hall of Fame. Absolutely. It's a bit difficult, though, as this is the flip side of the coin that nobody looks at. I got an 8-year-old kid. My 8-year-old kid sees the Hall of Fame, and my 8-year-old kid goes on the internet to look at, oh, this is China. I've never heard of her. And I'm 8 years old. I've never heard of that. So I go and type it in, I go and punch it up, and what comes up? I'm not criticizing anybody. I'm not criticizing lifestyle choices. Everybody has their reasonings. I don't know what they were, and I don't care to know. It's not a morality thing or anything else. It's just the fact of what it is. That's a difficult choice. So, and that was words of the wrestling god Triple H. I think he was granting that the cage-side seats. I can't remember where I got that from. So, guess what, y'all? It's time. We haven't had one of these in a while. It's time. It's time.
Warning.
All right. Last week we saw the notification that Sexy Red was coming to NXT. And I'm like, what in the hell are you talking about? I thought it was a joke. I'm like, oh my goodness, why would they have this dirtbag, poor excuse of a female come to my wrestling? This is going to be the one time where you see me be an elitist. I don't need this filth, this trash. I don't need this filth, this trash in my wrestling. And so I thought it was a joke. Come to find out, it wasn't a joke. She opened the damn show. So, Mr. Triple H, you said that if your 8-year-old daughter Googled China's name, she was going to find that tape. What the fuck do you think you're going to find if you Google this dirtbag's name?
Yep.
Like, seriously, with the double standard here. Because again, everybody going to tell me, oh, Trevor, you don't criticize Triple H for anything. You have this woman, of all the rappers you could have got, and listen, Triple H makes the final decision. I don't want nobody to tell me that it was a Shawn Michaels call. Shawn Michaels runs everything by Triple H. Now you got videos circulating of Shawn Michaels and Sexy Red in the car together. Like, all this for a couple of clicks and views. And now she's saying, oh, I'm going to be hosting Battlegrounds. Battleground is not plural, dummy. Like, she is legit. She is legit. I can't get this friggin' girl, like, out of my culture. Like, every time I turn around, is everything that I hold so pure is being infiltrated by this damn girl. She's coming to the ring, popping, twerking. You at a goddamn wrestling show, and you booty shaking coming to the ring.
Not to mention all the syphilis and gonorrhea.
Trick Williams coming to the ring, you booty shaking, and Booker T ain't helping it at all. Booker T on there just,
all shucky ducky.
Oh, shucky ducky. Listen, you put this woman out there in front of my wrestling, my NXT that I love so much, and you just go get the worst representation of us. Again, we always, and to quote a word from the great Black Lion himself, Wayne, we always get judged by the worst of us. So they go find the worst of us to put out on national TV, to come to the ring in her full gutter thoughtness, to come and twerk, and it's just absolutely ridiculous. F you, get off my damn screen. I don't want nothing to do with you. Get out of my wrestling. Get out of my life, punk. I'm like Ric Flair now. Don't stop infiltrating the things that I love. I can't listen to rap music anymore because she's always on there. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. And now she infiltrated my wrestling. I'm a wrestling elitist. Stop infiltrating my wrestling with this foolishness. But more than ever, don't say you can't put Chyna in the Hall of Fame because you can find her sex tape when this broad just made one late last year.
And got pregnant off of it.
I'm done. I'm done.
Well, I don't know how somebody
rocking with HBK bumping Sexy Red and you ain't rocking with that.
Terrible. Wow. I can't, MD. I can't. This woman here is what's wrong. This woman, when we on Man Talk Monday and I'm talking about the loud vocal minority, this is who I'm talking about. This so if you black women judge us by Pookies and Ray Rays, then I'm judging y'all by this. And it is what it is.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna go out and get a rapper, why don't you go get someone that at least looks attractive? I mean, this is not. I don't see how is this going to move anything? Who is this for? The redneck white boy? I don't know. A regular black person? Who is she attracting? What niggas gonna start watching wrestling because she's on there? I don't understand the logic behind this. So
here's the thing: will she be involved in the women's North American match some type of way?
She's hosting the show, MD.
I'm saying no. Will we see Sexy Red get physical? That's what I'm trying. Is she gonna take a bump? Go ahead.
So did you watch NXT last night?
I watched this segment.
Okay, well, so you watched the beginning, but so you didn't see her and Gallus.
I saw the steal of her on the ramp with Trick. And I saw a still picture. I didn't see like what happened.
So Gallus went to go get Trick's belt, and she went and grabbed it from him. I think she is gonna get physical. When Lash Legend came in the ring, they did a standoff. God, Lash is so much bigger than her. They did a standoff, and she just did her hoodness with her hand. I guess just telling Lash that she was a bad bitch because she just looks fantastic. And then she just walked out of the ring. But as she's walking out of the ring, she's booty shaking. Like, she can't help herself. She legit cannot help herself. It's absolutely ridiculous that she'd come infiltrate my wrestling. This is where I'm going to be an elitist. They go pick the most gutterest woman to come to the ring twerking and booty popping. It's disgusting, man. It is. Nobody want to see her.
Let me ask you this, because NXT crowd, we know, they just glad to be there. Battleground is an arena show. You think they're gonna boo her?
No, because it'll still be an NXT crowd.
Booing will be an upgrade. Yeah. They may just not react.
I think, but here's the thing that killed me though, because again, they knew that she was coming, so they had the black plants in there tonight, last night. That I saw more black,
and that's why I said that, because it's a lot of plants in that
yes
performance in the crowd. It ain't gonna be like that in Las Vegas.
Hey Bones, get on the phone with Chris and tell him to tell. Was he there last night? And tell me what that arena was like. She came out, and first thing they pointed to, they shot all the black women. That's just
shucking the job.
Tell your price, say get the Lysol. That is 100. Oh my
man,
God.
I wish you had the close up when they were having her talking, and that big ass, and I didn't know she even had that. That must be new. That big ass ice cream on the side of her face. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
But MD, this is who they judge us against. Like, I'm telling you, because when people see this, they're like, oh yeah, them black people, that's how they are. That's how they are. They hood rat, they ratchet, they just that's what they are. Because just like they judge us by Pookies and Ray Rays, they looking at black women like, and you know what? And it bothers me because the black women ain't standing up to be like, hey, don't associate me with that shit.
Well, I mean, if you look at the history of WWE with minorities, especially blacks, that's all they do is present caricatures of black wrestlers, male and female. Let's not even get into Asians, what they do with them. Everyone has to look stupid. Everyone has to be silly. Nobody can be authentic to who they really are. They always got to play a caricature. So here's an artist that's a walking, talking caricature, ready made out the box. They don't even have to add water to her. She ready to go. So it's right. It's right on line with what they've been doing. WWE, we keep saying like Triple H took over and it's different, but you can tell it's still a lot of that stuff is still there, and this decision proved it.
Like, what was the conversation? What was the conversation in the boardroom?
That's what I want to know.
To even like come up with this, like who did it? I need to know who did it. Was it The Rock?
It's not even The Rock. It's not even an arena show. If it was an arena show, then you'd be like, all right, because WWE is notorious for getting like Flow Rider and Puff Daddy and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, they want a rapper to come in to try to bump some extra tickets. It's not even an arena show. From what I hear, the UFC Bones, you can tell me if I'm lying or not. The UFC Performance Center can only hold about 500 people max, if even that. So it's not like it's going to be an arena show where you got to bump this insane amount of tickets. So you're like, hey, we putting Sexy Red on the marquee. She's going to take away from what I think is going to be a great night of wrestling. And that's my problem, man. We got to get away from all these celebrities and then this type of celebrity. Like, we're just going any celebrity but this one. Like, I have gotten to wars on Man Talk Monday about this particular woman. And this is absolutely insane. Like, I don't know how anybody could promote her lyrics. I don't know how anybody could justify her lyrics. And it just makes us look so stupid. She has no flow. At least with a Glorilla say some harsh words, but Glorilla really could rap. This broad can't rap.
I've never heard one song from this woman, but I've heard her interviews and the things that she say, and it's outrageous, man. It's really, she's really good at trash.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. This shit is ridiculous. All right, so let's get off of let's get off of her. It's not even 500 people. So Bone's saying maybe 300. So it's not like they got to sell any tickets. I mean, okay, you gonna say the Vegas ticket is high? So what? I think the card is going to be strong enough by itself. They can get 300 people. Hell, you can go on the strip and offer a ticket at a show. You could do something to put 300 people in the building. They fill out 5,000 seat arenas with no problems when they're doing the takeover special. So I don't see.
I'm still pissed they moved it from Savannah. That's where it was originally supposed to be.
and she is going to be a part of it because she says she is the host of it. So that means she's going to be a part of it. We're going to see her on the screen more than once. And she's definitely getting involved in the North American title. And she may be even getting involved in the Trick Williams, whoever he has a match with. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So, all right, I'm done. All right, let's get into AEW Double or Nothing. Man, this was a show. I thought this show was good. But I'm gonna tell you what I think about these shows, these AEW shows. I think the wrestling is great. But there's zero stories in their matches. This one, you could tell they were trying harder to do some storylines, so I appreciate that. But what these AEW shows are turning out to me to be, I want y'all to hear it. Hear what I'm saying. I thought the matches were good to great. So nobody can say I'm crapping on the matches. Yeah, Bones, you're absolutely right. I'm getting to that. They're too damn long. They added 3 matches. It was only an 8-match card, and they added 3 matches to it. Like Tony was like, man, how could I make these people stay up longer? To me, these just come off as glorified indie house shows, super cards, where every match exists by itself, and then there's no progression afterwards. You're gonna get a couple of stories progress, but for the most part, nothing progresses after. So what was you guys feeling on the show overall before we get into it?
Well, I like the show. I didn't get to see everything, but I saw a nice chunk of it. And oh man, that anarchy in the arena, I love that. I shouldn't like it as much as I do, but that was great. I thoroughly enjoyed. They got the best song in the world, Final Countdown. That was it. That alone, oh, that was great. But yeah, I like it. I mean, could you imagine if that show would have been on a Sunday afternoon, maybe a 4:00 start time, 4 p.m. And man, it would have been great. So by the time they get off the air, you're looking at about 7, 8 o'clock, and you'll be able to digest the matches better, and it wouldn't be a big deal. But to have to run into about midnight, that just sucks, man. That sucks. I mean, you're fighting sleep. I didn't even attempt. I was already tired before the pre-show, so I went to sleep. But going back and watching it, it's enjoyable. It's a lot to like there. I just wish they would reconsider what time they have the matches. It's just not sensible to me.
MD, what's your thoughts on the overall show? See, me and MD actually watched it live, so we had to stay up and fight sleep for it.
Yeah, that's crazy. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I was surprised that I did it because I had to work early in the morning. So, the fact I give it a little leeway because it was Memorial Day the next day. I give it a little leeway, but you just can't do that, man. That was ridiculous. It was matches on there that did not make any sense. Good matches, but it didn't make any sense to be on the show. How am I looking at a IWGP title eliminator match on the pay-per-view? Like what am I doing? You know what I mean?
Jericho shouldn't have been on the pay-per-view either.
Like the Jericho match. Like Jericho changes monikers every other month. Like, it was great matches on that card. I might be leaning toward putting Anarchy in the Arena in my match of the year for. I might be leaning. It was so. out of place and crazy and wacky to the point where it was great.
So we'll get to the anarchy because that's what everybody wants to talk about. That's what I want to talk about. So
okay, go ahead.
Because it's going to get a first rating for me. Like, it's legit going to get a first rating for me. There's going to be a first on this show. So, so did you guys see any of the 0 hour?
No, I didn't. I haven't even seen the Ospreay match yet. I ain't had time.
So where did you start, Venkat?
No, I saw Ospreay. It was good.
So you saw the Ospreay, but you didn't see the buy-in.
No.
All right, so we could skim past this. In the buy-in, you had Thunder Rosa taking on Deonna Purrazzo. Thunder Rosa won this match. I forgot. Bones, tell me real quick. I really forgot. Because it was just there, like it didn't mean anything.
Thunder Rosa is in a buy-in.
Yeah, because these rosters are too bloated. Both companies.
Deonna Purrazzo done lost 2 big matches now.
You got like 500 people on the damn rosters. There's too many people on these rosters, and they feel like they gotta find a Deonna one. Okay, they feel like they gotta find the spot for them. It's crazy. It's how I feel about WrestleMania. Everybody don't deserve to be on the card. They don't. That should be reserved for the best win-loss records and the hottest feuds. That's it. So
especially when your last name is Uso.
So Deonna Purrazzo won this one. You had the next one. You had the Acclaim taking on Cage of Agony.
Does the Acclaim ever make a pay-per-view? They seem to always be in the buy-in.
I think I heard a stat today that I forget who it was. It could have been Wrestling with Regret. I don't remember who said it, but they said that the Acclaim have never defended the title on the actual main card.
That's just crazy, man. They're better than that. They're better than that.
So the Acclaim won this match. So that it is what it is. Let's get into the main card. So the main card, the opening match. I was shocked that this match opened the card.
Hey, hold on real quick, Trey.
Yeah, me too.
You broke up the Mogul Embassy to do what with the Mogul Embassy people? How were they not tying into anything that Swerve is doing right now? When they turned on Swerve, and then after that was just it. Nothing else.
Wow.
That's crazy.
MD, just like I said, you're gonna get great matches, but they end right there. They do not progress anything. Speaking of great matches, this was it right here. I mean, Will Ospreay, let's just go ahead and call it Wrestler of the Year. He just continues, but again, his matches don't mean anything. It's just moves for moves for moves for moves for moves. It's like literally that's what it is. Roderick Strong taking on Will Ospreay for the international title. Roderick Strong, I love Roderick Strong from the NXT days. I know people like to call him boring, but I think he's a great wrestler, man. Those backbreakers are insane. These two worked a hell of a match. So the undisputed kingdom, which are a bunch of bums, it basically turned into a 3-on-1 where they actually were cheating right on the side of the referee, and he had to try to play it straight like he didn't see anything. And then he eventually threw him out. So Will Ospreay made them guys look like bums. Will Ospreay ends up winning this match. I thought this was a great match. Will Ospreay now has a belt, which only reason I think they gave him this belt is because they don't want to take the belt off of Swerve right now. So they're giving Will Ospreay something to work with. But I think tonight.
Were you surprised? You were surprised that he won?
No, hell no.
You weren't surprised that he won the title?
No,
he doesn't seem to be like a guy that's going to win a title.
This guy, I thought his first title was going to be against Swerve in Wembley, which I mean they might still do that, but this guy's not going to lose a match. He's not going to lose a match.
Well, he's 13-0 in AEW singles.
Yeah, he's not losing a match. Like it is what it is. They think that this is their new golden boy, and they're going to Goldberg him.
They think it's Goldberg.
They're going to Goldberg him.
Yeah. Hey,
So
that's a good choice to do. Osprey's awesome. He got dropped on his head though.
yeah,
He got
well,
dropped.
yeah,
He got dropped on his head. My
that
God.
spot because the table didn't break. That was again.
Hey, that's gonna be a trend throughout the night. Dangerous stuff going on.
Because again, you because nothing means anything. It's like, hey, let me go out there and kill myself because this might be my last match. Instead of sometimes you don't give them everything and you build to where you have to come back. Eventually, I wouldn't have been against if Undisputed Kingdom cheated and Roddy kept the belt, but Ospreay won. So to get out of it that way, I wouldn't have mattered as long as they could eventually get to a rematch because the match was so good. Venkat, what were your thoughts on this match before we get to the ending? We're not to the ending, just this match in a box.
Oh, the match was great. Solid action throughout. Osprey doing Osprey things. Yeah, I really enjoyed watching this match and what Will Ospreay has to offer. I like Roderick Strong. I think he's like an old school Arn Anderson, Ole Anderson type guy. I feel. I thought it was great. I'm just surprised that it was the opening match. That's the only thing I'm surprised on, especially with Will Ospreay's matches usually being about late mid or like the last 1 or 2 or 3 matches, to end the night. So it's funny that it would have opened the card. I don't know why.
Yeah, I thought this match was great. MD, you didn't see this one, did you?
No, I did not. I came in during the trios match. But I will say this to Venkat's point. I was kind of surprised because this was the match that obviously I wanted to see. And they opened up with it. An observation, for a lot of these matches, the crowd was dead.
Yeah.
So I can only assume them opening up the night for the main card, the crowd was probably fired up. What I saw throughout the night, they were dead until the end. So
right.
that was kind of weird for them to open up with Ospreay.
Maybe that gassed out the audience.
It did.
That's probably what happened. That might have been a bad choice putting Ospreay in the beginning, because now you got to follow that guy.
Yeah, exactly. You heard the stories of Eddie Guerrero. They used to go be doing the curtain jerker, and then they'd go to the back and be like, "Follow that," and everybody would be all pissed off because they can't follow it, and you killed the crowd. So to your point, MD, because again, for you guys that are new to what we do over here, we only keep it real. It's called Wrestling with Reality. We aren't affiliated with any company. No companies knows we exist as yet. Not yet. They will eventually. So we don't have to kiss any companies behind. You see, I just went off on Triple H that I think is a wrestling god. But I think these AEW again does not know how to structure a card. You open the show with Will Ospreay and you got a 5.5 hour card and you don't think you need to try to save something? Like they just don't know how to do it. That's why I say when I watch these shows are fun. They're great. AEW Dynasty, great. These shows are great, but I just look at them like a glorified.
Not World's End.
Well,
that was the appropriate title because my world ended when I watched that crap.
I just look at these as like glorified indie shows, and they just literally try to see who could do the most spots. You saw 15 table breaks in the night, but whatever. So we'll get through it. So the Undisputed Kingdom is completely dead. They're dead. So, and how I know that they're dead, I'm gonna show you exactly how I know they're dead. So Taven and Wardlow get kicked out. Ospreay wins. Roddy Strong leaves. Ospreay leaves, and then you hear Adam Cole's music. If the Undisputed Kingdom was still something, they would have lingered around for Adam Cole to come out, and they came out with him. So Adam Cole comes out to the ring, and he's walking. Finally, he's not hurt. Looks like he's going to be there soon. So he's in there talking crap. He's about to do his Adam Cole, baby. And then the lights go out. Everybody's going crazy because they know who it is. You hear the chatter in the background. And then I give AEW credit. I love this. They cut to like one of the best videos in the back where you just see a first person view of somebody walking and seeing all the MJF suits and seeing all of the scarf, and then he's just talking, and all of a sudden somebody Triple H from 2001 shows. Wait, no, that's not Triple H. Oh no, that's Maxwell Jacob Friedman. He returns in doing his very best Triple H impersonation. I don't know why these guys just cannot leave WWE alone. Like, this is insane. You can't tell me that this wasn't Triple H inspired when he came back in 2001 to declare for the Royal Rumble. Anyway, MJF finally comes back looking fantastic. Like, he shed some weight and got more ripped. Like, this guy looks like a monster.
Except for the spray paint, but whatever.
See, I was just about to get to the funniest thing. My daughter comes in and my daughter says, "Daddy, why is he so yellow?" I said, I got no idea. But he comes out, he takes Adam Cole to Dick Kick City. He cuts his MJF type promo where he's basically saying that he's not leaving AEW. He shows a tattoo on his ankle. Hey, get the tattoo on your chest. Get it on your arm somewhere where we're going to see it all the time. That doesn't tell me anything that you're not going to get, that once your contract is up and it comes renegotiation time, that you're not going to leave. But finally, this is the boost that they needed. Looks like Adam Cole is good and MJF is finally back. He's been gone since December, so you're talking about a little under 6 months. The crowd did really love this because MJF is that dude. Venkat, what were your thoughts on this? Because MD, I'm assuming you didn't see this either.
Yeah. I saw this later on, like the full segment.
I watched this segment 3 times. It was great. I loved every second of it, except for the spray paint. But MJF got Ravishing Rick Rude like abs, man. I don't know what the hell happened there, but it's great. MJF is amazing. I can't wait to see when he comes back. But when you look at when we last saw him, he looked fatigued, tired, and drained.
Yeah.
And in this, he looks energized, rested, and relaxed. And it's big difference. I mean, we're talking 6 months. It's like 6 months. The last he was December. We're in pretty much June. Yeah, a little over 6 months. So it was great to see MJF, and that was a great little spot to have. And it wasn't a WWE type spot where you're like, oh my God, I don't want to see this. No, you want to see this. You want to hear every moment of it. And MJF never fails when he's on that microphone. So that was a good transition from the first match to something else. So I liked it a lot.
See, I wouldn't have put this after the first match. I wouldn't, because then now you're going to double kill the crowd because the crowd was going crazy for this. So whatever energy they did have, they just spent it on this. And you could tell that it just started to go downhill. What I will say that I'm glad that MJF said is that he's done with all that kangaroo kick. He's done with all that. Because I said, like, I like him, but I don't like babyface MJF. He needs to go back to being who he was. And that's what he said. Hey, I'm going to be back who I am. I don't trust anybody. It is what it is. So I'm very excited to see, because this company need a shot in the arm. And I think finally they're going to get a shot in the arm here. So MD, you had anything to add to this?
Yeah. MJF looked great. Like, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. He had the vest with the jean jacket. Clearly Triple H. After the injury, 2001. Like, it is what it is. But I will say this, and this lets you know, going back to what we were saying earlier, people like Arn and Mark Henry don't matter. They never matter. Why would you? First of all, you got Ospreay in the first match. Second of all, why are you not doing this on Dynamite to set up something? Like what are we doing? There's no point of having MJF on Double or Nothing in the beginning segment. You don't do that. You let it linger. So again, that just goes to show you, going back to your point, Trev, They don't know how to set a card up. They don't know how to set angles up. And that was a continuation of the whole show. So that's my issue with AEW. Great matches, just like you said. They don't know how to set up angles. And this was one of the things. If you're trying to get heat, you don't have the people that's supposed to be drawing the heat leave and then just one person come. You don't do that. Like why are you not having MJF come out and wreck shop on everybody? What are you doing? But hey, who am I? You know what I mean? I'm just talking at the end of the day.
You know, like I said, when I went to that indie show last year, shout out to CCW, I thought it was a fantastic show, one of the best wrestling shows I've attended live. But that's what it was in the bubble, just a great wrestling show. I didn't know anything about what was going on or anything like that. I just thought it was very entertaining. And that's what this is. That when we got an AEW pay-per-view, I know one thing. I'm going to be very entertained. I don't have to watch any of the weekly programming. I just know that when it comes on, I am going to be very entertained. And I think that is the problem, though. Because, like, you're right. I would have saved this for Dynamite. I would save this for Collision. But it's like they feel like there's no tomorrow with them. Like they just got to shoot their wad. They got to do everything on one show and just see what sticks. And it doesn't. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't come out good. But nevertheless, I'm happy to see MJF. Yeah, man. I want to know whatever he's doing, man, because he looked like he's shredded about 20 pounds, and that Joker is friggin' lean and ripped. But to Venkat's point, because he brought up the 6 months and how refreshed he looks. Hey, that's why these wrestlers should at least get mandatory 3 months off. You should cycle them in and out. Mandatory 3 months.
Especially when you have a roster this big, you could alternate a certain group of wrestlers at one time of the year and then the other group at the other time of the year. And then in those major times, like a WrestleMania or All In, that's when you'll have everybody, like the best cream of the crop, come together. And that's all you need. And you'll get better matches. You'll have more exposure and more stars being made. I mean, it just, you avoid a lot of injuries because these injuries are happening because they're overdoing it a lot of times. I mean, that's the answer to everything right there. But they're just so stuck in their old ways. And it takes forever for them to, like, inch by inch get out of it.
So we have this next match for the trios title, the Death Triangle, Pac, Phoenix, and Pentagon versus the Bang Bang Gang. Again, I mean, I guess you're just gonna put Jay White. Jay White is just gonna be mid-card, top of the mid-card guy now. But Jay White, after MJF killed him dead on that show, but
he got on the pay-per-view though.
Yeah, well, yeah, we give him that. I thought
that's the first time I've seen him on pay-per-view since then.
I thought this was a really good match.
Yep.
So the only thing I got about this match, I do want to ask y'all a question because Venkat especially is always talking about how WWE doesn't give certain people a chance to be champion and blah, blah, blah. And I'm not just talking about black or white. I just mean just in general, you have a wrestler and they're like, oh shit, they never be champion. Speaking of that, I got a list coming up, top people never to be world champion. So I already got the list. I just got to get the photos and stuff. But what do you guys feel about Phoenix, about Pentagon and Phoenix? They'll never be world champion. Never. These are guys that's been here from the beginning. These are guys that have given every bit of their bodies, probably broke a few neck bones and things like that. And they'll never be more than what they are now, just spot monkeys. So what do you guys think about, I thought the match was good. So you want to touch on the match, go ahead. But what do you guys think about that these guys will never be champions?
I guess you don't have enough time. You don't have enough space and room for them to be there. But I guess, I mean, because you could say the same thing about Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit, that they would never be the champions, and down the road it happened. So I mean, all they can do is just continue to have great outings, and hopefully there's a shift in the landscape of wrestling that they can exploit a situation. That's all they really can do, because Eddie Guerrero and Benoit and even Rey Mysterio, they got there. And I knew personally, I never saw them ever winning any world titles. So kudos to them. So you never know what could happen down the road.
You know the one difference of that, Venkat, is that eventually those guys worked with a Randy Orton, those guys worked with a Ric Flair, those guys worked with a Bret Hart. All these two guys are spot monkeys. Whenever you need a spot fest, break glass and call the Lucha Bros. That's it. There's no upper mid card progression for them. It's like they're where they are, and that's it. I mean, who cares what they're doing in Mexico? Nobody cares about that. We don't see that on TV. I'm talking about you got two major companies, AEW. Well, you could throw TNA in there. You got three major companies that all have recognized world titles, and these guys will never set foot near any of those titles. They are going to constantly be perennial jump off a ladder guys, almost break my neck guys.
Well, Penta was TNA champion.
For how long? I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you got me with that one. Then,
so Trevor, you're pretty much gonna Hoover to Guerrero these guys, like.
Yeah. How long was he TNA champion for?
For a while. Penta was on top for TNA for a long time.
I know he was on top in Lucha Underground.
Yeah, Penta was TNA champion for a good while, having great matches. So I mean, you know, there's that. I think Penta, but at the same time, I think he's just glad to work with his brother. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't have no problem with what they're doing. That shirt, they got a cool shirt that came out that same night too. That Super Lucha or whatever with the old Mario Brothers.
Mario Brothers 3, yeah.
But I mean, Penta done. I mean, you know, and here's the thing: you mentioned like people like Ray and Eddie. Eventually, those guys were able to develop their characters. Like Penta and Ray ain't developing no character at all. You know what I'm saying? Hell, they manager is vanilla. I don't even know the dude's name. What's his name? The Savant. What? I don't even know his name. So I mean, the hype man. That's what That's what they call him.
Vanilla man.
So I mean, yeah, you know, they're not getting the opportunity to develop character. Again, to Venkat's point, it's kind of hard to do that when you got 1,000 people on the roster. You know what I'm saying? But they know that they can go out and walk the top rope, and that was a cool little spot Ray Phoenix did, and he walked it quick too, like he damn near ran when he did the punt kick. But when you got people that can do that, I guess to Tony Khan, it's not really important to develop no character, and that's the problem.
Alex Abrahantes, that's what Bones saying. Bones know all of these. That's what I'm telling you. Bones gonna do whenever he got time and he get with me. He gonna do the AEW version of 5 Count because he gonna do it nice and put it on a bow and wrap up this weekly television for you. So what do you guys think about the match? Juice Robinson came back, which this group desperately needed. Juice Robinson. He makes that group. I don't care for him, but his personality and character makes this group. So I was glad to see him back just for, I know it's going to elevate the group. But what do you guys think about the match itself?
The match was fine. Had a lot of entertaining moments in there. I like the Bang Bang Gang. I just wish they could be on pay-per-view more often and be seen. I mean, it's the first time these guys actually get some shine there, man. But yeah, that's great. And I don't know, I want to see more of it, see more of them. Hopefully they can be more consistent with getting them on there. But and it's crazy because you think back, like even as good as AEW pay-per-views generally are, you always know the matches that you could live without. And you just wonder if we could take a few of those off and put these guys in. Not to mention the Acclaim. I like the Acclaim. So, I mean, come on. We could have put these guys in there somehow. But, yeah, the match was good. I liked the match. It was entertaining. They did a lot of high risk offense and fast paced action.
And why are they walking around with 6 belts still?
I have no idea. Hell, why are they walking around with anything Ring of Honor at this point?
Is Ring of Honor still a thing? They still promote it?
Yeah, it's still shows.
Oh, I mean, because again, I don't know where you find it.
Exactly.
And they got a girl on that roster named Athena that's pretty damn good, but you know, I guess.
Yeah.
So
yeah, to Venkat's point, yeah, it was a good match. Like I said, this was but again, they had to follow up with, and like I said, I haven't seen the Ospreay match, but I can only assume that, you know, the crowd was fired up. They had to follow up with that. It was good for what it was. Those are 2 more people, Trail. Jay White and Pac. I don't know how long Jay White signed with AEW, but if I had to counsel Jay White, I'd tell him, hey, man, just do what you got to do and hurry up and get the hell out.
He would have been NXT champion by now.
There's no way, shape, or form that I'm seeing Jay White in the second match of the night with the guns. It don't make sense. To more or less to a certain extent, the same with Pac. I remember when AEW started, they were pushing Pac like he was going to be at the top of the card.
Pac he is so great, man. My goodness.
Yeah,
that's another guy.
Yeah, he is very great.
But he'll never be AEW champion.
Why not?
Because
now
because
you can't hold that guy back.
You see, how long he's been with them now?
He's been with them since the start.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. I think the guy's fantastic. I wouldn't mind seeing him get hey, I'd rather see him be champion over Moxley. I tell you that.
Yeah.
This guy is fantastic. Nobody could do what this guy does. And he's legit. He legit looks like, okay, if you see him in the alley, even though you know you're bigger than him, you'll probably be like, damn, bro, do I really want to tangle with this guy? Like, he legit has that look of like a friggin' troll. Like, it's just like, oh my goodness, this guy might tear you up. Like, the guy is scary. Like, he's friggin' scary.
So he has the look. He has the in-ring ability. Would he say?
Cut a promo.
And he can cut a promo. So there you go. They go to 3 biggest things right there.
I guess they'll get back to him year 7. They in what, year 5 now? So I guess they'll get to him in year 7.
Oh boy.
I mean, it's too many.
A match with him and Ospreay would be great too.
You know what they need to do? AEW needs to cut not a third. They need to cut maybe 20% of their roster. WWE could cut 30% of their roster, and they go make a new developmental league funded by both companies.
Oh, that would be great.
That you can get these guys on TV. Because again, is Miro still employed?
That's a shame. I mean, Miro's, he should be box office.
I wish I could work somewhere where I never got to show up. Never. I don't know, but so you talk about showing up. This match kicked all type of ass, especially like the last 5 minutes. You had AEW Women's Title Toni Storm versus Serena Deeb. I thought that they were absolutely going for a double turn in this match because they were booing the hell out of Serena Deeb to where she was even shooting the crowd to bird. But what really shocked me about this match is look where it's placed. 3rd. This is your AEW title match. One thing about AEW, they do put their titles in order of importance. They do that. And the fact that they had this match, the AEW Women's title, 3rd on the card, but had the TBS title.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
As a 3rd main event, that was just their way of saying, "Hey, Swerve, we don't want you to know that we really don't value your title run, so we're just gonna say it's a three card main event." But this is ridiculous to put Toni Storm, which is your best female wrestler. Hell, she might be in the running of just your best overall character, to put her so low down on the card. I thought this match was great. Toni Storm continues to just amaze me. I sent MD a message in the group and I said, this bitch just did a pile driver off the damn rope, top rope. And I meant bitch in all sincerity. Like, there was no other way I could say it. She hit a friggin' pile driver from the top rope and then followed it up with another one for a 2 count. What?
And that's her finisher. Storm Zero, that's her finisher.
Like, what? Bro, she hit a pile driver. We were just talking about all these pile drivers.
Should be illegal.
She hit a pile driver from the top rope.
It should be banned. Pile driver
and it looked brutal.
She hit a pile driver from the top rope, like, and then followed it up with another one. And I'm like, holy shit, she just broke Serena's neck. Like, legit just broke her neck. They're going to have to go off the air after that. Nope, she was all right.
Well, I knew it was safe, man, because Toni Storm got the thighs to protect you. So I knew she was safe.
Yeah, she got some cushion, but man, I'm not taking that for nobody.
So on this event, there was only 2 women's matches, right?
Yeah, well, if you don't count the pre-show, but yeah, 2.
Okay, so what the hell is Eric Bischoff talking about? Because he said that the other women's match was they lost the crowd. The crowd was not into it, so it has to be this match. That Eric Bischoff
No. He's talking about the TBS title match. There was a large portion of that match. That crowd was dead.
They was dead. Yeah, they was dead. They was dead during the damn entrance. Yeah, they were dead. Except for the end of that. The end of that match was great.
Yeah, the end of that match picked up big time. That match picked. But I just what are y'all thoughts on this, man? This match was great. Hey, Toni Storm is phenomenal, man. That character, I know some people are saying they're getting tired of the character. Yeah, whatever. Go jump off a damn whatever.
Toni Storm is great.
This woman is fantastic. And Rock Hard Juice Robinson, my bad bones, he came back and he just came back just in time, literally, because that's his woman. But my goodness, this match was great, man. I love this match. Actually told a story because they played off of Serena Deeb's legit injury, that they thought she wasn't going to be able to wrestle again. It was funny because I thought I feel like Serena felt that the crowd was going to cheer her because of her story. Nope. The crowd was pro Toni Storm, and I was here for it. Mariah May with the tease of the towel throw in. Luther stops her. Toni Storm turns around and sees Luther with the towel. She's like, hey, what the hell are you doing? So now she's pissed at Luther. They're planting the seed with that one. I do appreciate that. They're planting the seed because I did say Mariah May is going to be the one to take the title from her. She shouldn't, but I think that's where they're heading. So what was you guys' thoughts on this one?
Oh, Toni Storm's my favorite female wrestler, and I think she's probably the second best female wrestler in the world. Well, I shouldn't say the world because Japan will probably be in the United States. She's the second best behind Flair. But I like Toni Storm's work. She has that center of gravity. Her body type is her body type is just funny, and when she's wrestling these smaller women, it's just so funny to me. Yeah, and that damn pile driver, that devious ass pile driver she has. Oh man, yeah, but
from the top rope.
I'm not even talking about that one. I'm just talking about her regular ass pile driver that she does. Even that's like crazy, but. Yeah, she's great, man. And I just like the way she looks, her dramatizations on her face and all that, playing to the camera and stuff that she does is awesome, man. That Marilyn Monroe type character is it works great for her. You can't hate on that. I mean, come on, man. It's just great stuff.
So you're saying a actual character in the company actually gets over.
Right, because she's leading by example. I don't think anybody probably Kristen Cage, probably the only other person that has like a strong character, and I mean, she's doing her thing, man. You just gotta appreciate what she's doing.
MD.
Yeah, yeah. Again, I second everything y'all just said. The match was great. Like I said, I really don't have an issue with her specifically doing the power driver because I know that she's gonna protect you. Now Serena D, like she a stick, so I get it. You know what I'm saying? I can understand your concern, Van Cat, with a person like Serena D, because yeah, she's small as hell, but it was a good match. So you know, I'm glad to see Serena D back because I know Serena D can wrestle, like legit wrestle. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, glad to see her back, and you'll see more. Preferably, I want to see her in the TBS picture for now, because I'm still scratching my head trying to find out like why she got a world title match in the first place. Like coming back and boom, you got world title match. But hey, it is what it is. They did it
because Tony was making fun of her, possibly being out forever.
So that warrants a world title shot.
It doesn't, but I'm just making up a storyline for you.
Okay, cool. I mean, hell, I was scratching my head to see why Perazo got a title shot. So again, but it was a great match though, and I'm glad to see Serena Deeb back because she deserved to be in the meat of that women's division because she can wrestle. Great match.
Yeah, I thought that was fantastic, man. So moving on to the next one, I don't have much on this one. You had Orange Cassidy taking on Trent Beretta. I guess who is it? Chuck Taylor is done with wrestling. They're saying from the Best Friends. I guess his injuries are piled up. So Trent Beretta is a heel now, taking on Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy comes out in all black and darker denim, so now he's ready for business. I love his entrance where they're like, hailing from wherever and weighing whatever. I just think just certain stuff just make me laugh, and that's one of them. The stipulation of this is that it had to be a wrestling match, a straight wrestling match. Orange Cassidy did get the win, and Trent Beretta at the end was like, I'm done with this, and he just left and went the other way. So I don't know if they're doing a quitting angle or whatever. It was nothing harmful about this. I thought it was good. What do you guys think about this one?
Yeah, it's a good little solid match. There's nothing here bad, nothing here boring. Just a good, decent match here. Anytime you get to see Orange Cassidy, that's a good thing. So I'm loving it.
Yeah, it was a good match. Trent Beretta beat the hell out of Orange Cassidy, like for the majority of the match. You know, but of course, you know, it's OC, so they got to give him the win. You know what I'm saying? We'll see how it goes as far as continuing the storyline. Chuck Taylor, I'm like, I know he was hurt, but I'm like, what injuries piling up? Hell, I ain't never seen him like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but I mean, you know, it bittersweet. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to see nobody like have to retire for their injuries. We'll see how it goes from here. They may be trying to build something with Trent. We'll see.
Yeah, because they did that walkout angle, like he was pissed and he wouldn't let the interviewer interview him. So, yeah, well, I mean, we'll see where they go with that.
Yeah, Dupree tried to get word in, but he wouldn't do it.
Yeah, so let's get into the match that nobody gave a damn about.
Nobody asked for this.
For the FTW title, he's calling himself the Learning Tree, Chris Jericho versus Hook versus Katsuyori Shibata. I didn't like this, man. I see what they were trying to do, but I didn't like this. I do want to reference this spot. So again,
yeah, you could have got impaled.
In the vein of AEW, these guys trying to kill themselves. Big Bill comes out. Guys, what's his name? Hook. He wants to come. I guess he wanted to powerbomb Hook he wanted to powerbomb Hook off of the ring into the table below, but Hook reversed it. Hook ends up getting him on the table, and this is the legit shot. He did not roll into it. This is how close he was from the leg of that chair going straight through his damn back. I thought this was the scariest damn moment of the night, and I'm like, oh my God, we almost just saw a guy get completely punctured, and this was like the 5th table break of the night. Like this, it was just too much, man. It just
why matches have to be all tabled up? Like, have one match in the whole card have a table, and that's it.
I blame the stupid crowd. It's the crowd's fault because now it's getting to a point now is a we want table chant. If you don't pull the tables out, then they go
They're
crazy.
gonna boo you.
They turn on the show. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, man. When Hook T-Bone Big Bill through that table, I put it in the chat. Go back and watch it. Big Bill's head was centimeters away from hitting that daggone leg of that table. I said, "Oh my God!" Like, so hey, man, I'm glad he didn't get hurt.
Wrestling doesn't need this crap. It's not necessary. And when a casualty happens, and it will, we're going to be like, well, why? For what? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I think that just completely took me out of it. And not even that, it was just boring. Like I didn't need to see it.
Not only that, but it's for a title that is the most illegitimate title in the history of wrestling. Makes the $1 million title look like the world title.
Hey, and the Chinaman wasn't really doing too much in there anyway. So I'm just like,
yeah, it's just an excuse to have Blunt in the ring. That's all. But you had that in Anarchy in the arena. You didn't need this match.
Exactly.
Why would you have a match rival that? It doesn't make sense. And now you're numbing the audience before your big event.
On a match like that we gonna get to, that you have everything that happened in that match. There shouldn't have been one table spot. There shouldn't have been hell. There probably shouldn't even have been no blood in any matches. There wasn't any blood in any matches, I don't think. But there should have been, everything should have been playing it straight.
Yeah, the Adam Copeland and
yeah. Oh, but that was a barbed wire steel cage match, so that that kind of had to have that. But it just was unnecessary, man. And then Chris Jericho wins, so what? Who cares?
Chris Jericho looked like a fat country butch.
He looked like a beach blonde.
He looked exactly like what he is. He
bad body built.
He looked like what he's supposed to look like, a megamaniac. That's what he looked like. That's what he is.
Well, he really is.
That's what he looked like.
He really is one. He actually supports it.
Exactly.
All right, let's
when the body turns.
So here, So in another match, I don't really know what to think about this one, but you had the IWGP champion Jon Moxley taking on Takeshita. I think the match was good for what it was. I do like the psychology of it, that Don Callis is basically who cost Takeshita the match, telling him to go for something that he shouldn't have went for. While in the first match, Don Callis was telling Ospreay to go for something, and Ospreay was like, "No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it." So that was very interesting that they did both things. But you had Jon Moxley versus Takeshita. I thought this was one of those matches. It's a Takeshita match, so it's going to be good. But again, he's just losing again. He's again on the losing end.
So you're telling me if you listen to Don Callis, you're going to lose?
Yeah.
That guy.
According to the matches.
Yeah.
But this was stupid though. A IWGP Eliminator match. So MD, because you keep bringing this up, what was the purpose of this?
I don't know what the purpose of it. I know what an Eliminator match is. I don't know what the purpose of it being on this card was.
Eliminator for what?
So Eliminator match is you face the champion, and if you win, you get a shot again at the champion for the title.
That's a complete waste of time. I just beat the champion. Why should I get the title?
I hate when WWE does it. I hate when everybody does it. It's stupid.
Yeah, that's
it's ridiculous. It didn't need to be here. It don't never need to be nowhere because you shouldn't. So I remember when AEW first started, they ran it and raved about having,
That belt looked like the butterfly title.
The butterfly. I was just about to say that.
That's ridiculous. They ran it and raved about having rankings. What does the rankings mean if we have an eliminator match? Like I don't get it. And it's not even your title. It's the IWGP title.
A good point, MD. My God. The
This is ridiculous,
logical
man.
world of professional wrestling.
I think this was one of those late edition matches because I don't think this was on the original card that I had.
Now, albeit the match was good. Takeshita carried the whole match, but it was good. Like he beat the living hell out of John Moxley.
But he does that in every match. He beats up everybody and he always loses.
Always loses. That Death Rider DDT looked horrible. It looked, and I mentioned this as well. It looked better when Takeshita did it.
I think I even was like, that can't be the finish. Like that, you can't tell me that he gonna finish him with that because it's not. It looks more like a suplex. You know what it looks like? It looks like any suplex from Starrcade '83.
Yeah. It looked like a little Lord Steven Regal butterfly suplex. That's what it looked like.
Exactly.
Jesus.
Man, that was a terrible. I'm like, man, that was terrible. But the match was really good.
Planted him. He planted him on his head when he did it.
Stargate 83 suplex with the slow 3 count.
Man,
but yeah, it was a good match.
Those suplexes were terrible. The suplees that Gordon Solie.
Yeah, the suplees. Yeah. Hey, speaking of terrible referee, there's a referee in this event. I was watching one of the matches, and the ref took his sweet time to go down on his knees, then position himself, then do the 3 count. I mean, start to count for 3. And I'm like, back in the days of WCW, I remember Pee Wee Anderson jumping over guys.
Referee Pee Wee Anderson.
Yeah, man. Now, Bones might know this. Bones might know is Moxley legitimately, like, does he have a shoulder injury? Like legit?
Yeah,
he does. He probably does.
Oh my God.
Takeshita did that back suplex on the exit. Yes. I'm talking about he landed shoulder first. I thought I was like, his shoulder out of place, man. It's gone. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, when I saw that, I'm like, oh God. I said they're gonna this is over. Like, there's no way he could continue with this. Yeah, but Moxley,
he made out of rubber.
Moxley looks like I don't know. Because I'm starting to like Eddie Kingston, so I guess Moxley's look is okay.
Bad bod?
Yeah, Moxley just looks like, I don't know. I
hope like somebody take that title off of him at Forbidden Door. He doesn't. I just can't take it seriously, man. I can't.
He don't look like he should be the IWGP champion. When you have when you think about the white guys that's been IWGP champion, they look like champions. This guy doesn't look like a champion. Yeah. And furthermore, whoever gets this belt needs to get another copy of it and throw them both in the garbage can.
They need to go back to the previous version, man. This is ridiculous.
This looks like the WWE Divas title. I don't know why the hell who came up with this.
I have no idea.
My goodness.
Just like last year in the NBA, Mark Jackson didn't vote for Joker for MVP because Michael Jordan never won 3 MVPs in a row. So if Ric Flair didn't win the IWGP title, then this nigga damn sure shouldn't be winning the IWGP title.
Now, don't get it twisted. It's always eras in which you go off of with the lineage of the championship. Like if you go back in the 90s, early 2000s, I'm talking about like the white guys, like Scott Norton, Brock, Kurt Angle. That was the type of wrestler that they saw, like the Gaju wrestler. Then you had guys like AJ Styles, Kenny Omega, Jay White. That was that style. I guess now the style is John Moxley.
Yeah, Vader.
So, if John Moxley is the IWGP champ, at some point in time, Eddie Kingston should be the IWGP champion.
That bod, this guy, man.
Oh my goodness.
He's hurt right now too, Eddie Kingston. He's hurt.
All right, so wait, how many more matches do we got? Damn, we still got about 4 of these bastards to get through.
There you go, Malachi nigga.
So, so Malachi Black takes on Adam Copeland for the TNT title in a barbed wire steel cage match. Edge comes out to his Brood entrance. That should have been a dead giveaway right there. So, okay, so this match, I am shocked they're not getting any heat.
Jesus.
I am shocked they're not getting any heat for this because I thought for sure
Jesus
that the Bible Thumpers was going to get was going to be up in arms about this, because if anybody else did this, they'd be pissed. When Sandman did it in ECW,
that was a big deal. That was a big deal.
You know, they wanted to shut ECW down. Now they do it here.
Yeah, Raven had to apologize for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Symbolism when a guy was dressed like Jesus in the crowd at the same show.
Well, Edge looks like Jesus right now, to be honest.
Yeah.
I never noticed it, but he damn sure with the beard and everything.
Yeah, this was well, no, Jesus.
Well, according to Good Times, that's not how Jesus looks.
Yeah, Jesus.
That's not my Jesus, man.
But I thought this was a really good match. We're gonna get to the spot that I think blew Edge's knees out. I'm shocked I haven't heard anything about it. But what do you guys think about this match?
This one I didn't get. I wasn't able to get to see this one, but I did see the highlights.
Yeah, it was a great match. Like,
yeah, this was great
for the spots that they did, and you know, for what it was, it was great.
There was a crossface with barbed wire, right?
Yeah, I like the false turn angle that they did.
Oh, that got me. That got me. Now
I like that. I'm like, oh, what's going on?
Yeah, a lot of this stuff is predictable, but when they did that, I'm like, oh shit, that means Malachi Black is really leaving. And then they did the double turn. I'm like, you bastards, they got me on that one.
Brody King clotheslined the shit. He clotheslined the hell out of Edge on that.
Yeah, they made it look like they were going to be on Edge's side. Oh, I keep saying Edge. Adam's side.
Okay, so Bones is saying he completely fractured his tibia. He better.
Yeah, they're saying that they hurt. He's hurt, bro. He's hurt.
Oh man, I thought I had
he could just walk that off.
Oh man, I didn't have this. I thought I had the spot up here, but I guess I didn't. So what happened? Those of you don't know what happened. Edge. So this was stupid. Edge ties him up with the barbed wire that, if it was barbed wire, didn't leave one cut on him, but don't worry about that. Just suspend your disbelief. So he ties Malachi to the table with the barbed wire, then makes the slowest climb ever to the top of the cage while Malachi's laying there for like 10 hours. And then Edge is supposed to deliver the devastating elbow drop. Only thing, Edge didn't come down like Macho Man to do the elbow smash. He came down like Macho Man to do the double axe handle.
Yeah.
And he collapsed. And we were like, oh, shit. Like, because I saw everything just crumble when he did that. And I'm like, oh, my God, Edge just tore his knees up. So Bones is saying, that his tibia is fractured. I'm shocked that that's just it. So Gangrel did make his return, which was cool. True story. I saw Gangrel in Dunkin' Donuts last year.
Oh my God! Why would he be there?
What you mean? Why? Why wouldn't he be? What else would he be doing?
Well, I guess the chin there tells the story.
Dunkin' Donuts got great coffee.
Yeah. What else would he be doing but be at because the show that we went to, the independent show, their training facility is right down the street from the Dunkin' Donuts that I went to, and he works with them. So he must have just went there to go get coffee for the guys. And when he walked in, nobody knew who he was, and everybody's looking at me like, "Damn, dude, why are you staring at this guy like this?" I'm like, "Man, you know who that is?" And then they're like, "No." I'm like, so I go over to him. I'm like, "Oh shit!" I said, "You're Gangrel." He felt so happy that somebody recognized him because these other schmucks didn't know who the hell he was. But I dapped him up and everything. But I had left my phone in the car, or else I would have been a fanboy and took a picture of him. But yeah, cool dude. So it was good to see him come back. He didn't really do too much, but he came back and you know, he delivered a couple of moves and then got put down, but it was all good. He did his best Seth Rollins and his best Seth Rollins impersonation, coming back for the save and not really doing anything much, but it was all good. Edge did get the win with this submission with the barbed wire. I thought this match was really, really good. Edge is making a believer out of me.
What did I say?
Yeah, but I'm saying he's making a believer out of me, just his wrestling ability. When what it's going to come down to, what we said, I still don't think is going to happen. I'm saying as far as his wrestling ability and him still having it, he got a lot left in the tank. I don't know after this, though, because that was a stupid spot. And it's like he did bone setter. He didn't commit to it. He changed his mind. And that's what messed him up. And he jammed his legs. It's like, it's crazy. I don't want to see nobody get hurt. So what MD, what was your thoughts on this? Because Venkat said he didn't see it.
Well, I just want to say one thing real quick, though. I don't have any emotional attachment to, you know, I don't have any nostalgic memories of Gangrel. Matter of fact, I wasn't watching WWE at that time, so I don't have any of that feeling for him. But the highlights I saw, it looked like he made an impactful appearance, and it seemed like the AEW crowd recognized him and understood who he was. So that was pretty good for him on that one.
And Edge pitched Gangrel to Vince McMahon for the WrestleMania match against Finn, and Vince said that they won't know who he is.
That's ignorant.
Vince McMahon, you're a moron. He was
I know.
He was the most over person in the Brood. Who the hell you think is who do you think is still watching wrestling? The 18 to 45, the 34 to like 55 demo is the biggest wrestling watchers. Us. Like hell, we wouldn't know who he is. I picked the man out at a damn Dunkin' Donuts. I know exactly who he is. And here go Mike saying that he see Devon at the Walmart all the time. MD, what was your thoughts on this though? I thought it was really good.
Yeah, it was a real good match, and you know, to Vancat's point, I think Edge still has it too, but this match like really suited it. You know what I'm saying? Until he tried, he thought he was a cat for a minute, but other than that, like this match suited what I know Edge can be, like as far as like impact in the ring. I thought Gangrel looked great for his age and who he was. Them Impaler DDTs looked great when he was hitting them. You know what I'm saying? So it's unfortunate, man. I don't know what he was thinking at the time. Like it was weird. It was weird. Just for him just to have I don't know if it's completely shattered or fractured or whatever, but just for him to have a broke tibia, hell, that's a blessing. The way he came down. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was gonna have 2 MCL and ACL tears, being plus 50 coming down at that height. So, you know, I'm surprised he was even, I guess, you know, adrenaline and all that. He was able to get through the match. But you could clearly tell, like after the match, like, hurry up and get me back here, man, so I can get seen about. But
I thought I had the picture. I know I got it. I just didn't put it on the slide. I don't know why. Yeah,
because he completely collapsed. If it wasn't for him, like basically what he did, he still did the elbow. It was just on his feet, and somehow the table still collapsed.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that was weird to me too. So
it looked weird. Hey, but let me ask you all this: Is Edge falling into that Sting thing where they just put him in all these wacky matches?
Yeah, that's what I believe.
Okay, so it's not just me. It's like you just any wacky match you want to do, just throw Edge in there.
That's exactly what I believe. That's why, to Vancat's point, I'm not saying that he just completely just can't wrestle no more. I ain't saying that, but he's getting nestled into that role like Trevor's talking about, and it suits him.
Not to mention his backstage influence.
Well, they don't listen though. they don't listen. They don't care. They don't care about that. They're like, hey man, we do our own thing. We play video games and we do our own thing. So let's get into what probably should have been the main event of the show. Not because
you think so.
No, well, hold on. Not because I thought it was the best, because I didn't. I just thought that this the way this was positioned higher than Tony Storm's match, which was ridiculous because that was better. And this was positioned higher than the Swerve match to me. This absolutely was positioned higher than Swerve match. If anything, this probably should have went on second to last. That's kind of where I put it. But you have
it
the
should have been the main event.
So see, I
just want to clarify something. This is the TBS title. You know what that is? That's a TV title. That's a third ranked championship.
This woman makes more than 75% of the roster.
Nah, I'm just saying it's a TV champion. She want to be champion. She got to go through Tony Storm, man.
Here's why this should have been a main event. First and foremost, to Trevor's point, you got one of the biggest paying stars in this match. Second of all, this match, to me, told the most story.
Yes.
So it should have been in the main event.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. Well, I think okay, so the Anarchy in the Arena, I believe it's last solely because of all the blood, all the hysteria and stuff that's going to be in the ring. Nobody wants to go in after that. It's going to be dirty. It's going to be all messed up. They figure at the end of that match, there's really nowhere to go. So I think that's why they go last. I think that's the most appropriate because we just talked about a match that's hard to follow. Imagine going after that Anarchy match, and now what are you going to do? What are you going to do to get the crowd to get to their feet after they just saw that? The Anarchy in the Arena match, it's suited to be the last match. If anything, to be the last match in the AEW Championship, but whatever.
Bones, I don't think this match was any good. I'm just saying it should have been the main event because of the money, and she's the biggest star on the show.
Yeah, that's but just because a guy overpaid a talent, that don't mean they should be superseded to the spotlight. They got to earn that spot.
So how did she earn?
This is a TV title.
Did she earn a title?
No, she did not. This is like Hulk Hogan against Ric Flair, Bash at the Beach '94 all over again. Like you just come into a new league and you get the title shot like day one. I don't like stuff like that. You should look like when you talk about Cody, right? If anybody had the right to come in, I don't even think Cody had the right, to be honest, to just come in from one league to another, and then you just shot him up to the title like that. That's crazy. You got to go through some things. Yeah,
I agree with that, but we just got finished talking about like the Serena Deeb stuff. But at the very least, but this caters to the AEW crowd because they understand the history between these two. Now, for the regular casual, they don't know what the hell's going on. You know what I'm saying? But for the AEW crowd, they know that Willow and Sasha have a history. Sasha was hurt in that match, and there you go. So I'm just looking at it from that perspective. I agree with what you're saying, but from the AEW fans' perspective, I can understand why this will be the main event.
It felt like a lot of people felt like Willow should have won this match.
She should have.
I think she should have. Yeah, she should have.
Especially because of what they did at the end.
Yeah. I mean, to me, Mercedes. Okay, you threw her in our face with that fake ass CEO, which nobody in the crowd was saying that. That was just in the damn track. So you've just
the crowd was dead throughout the whole entrance. Her whole entrance, they were dead.
And then you just throw the strap on her, and now you're trying to make the title mean more than what the title is. It's the third highest level you can get, a TBS TV title. And we're trying to make that seem like Arn Anderson should not be with his TV title defending the show. That's Ric Flair or that's Sting against the Steiners or something. That's not the way it should be, but whatever.
Shout out to the man with 3 H's, I guess in honor of the wrestling god Triple H. So You know what I hated about this the most is that it told me that because Mercedes is who she is, now Toni Storm's belt is devalued. When Toni Storm is the biggest biggest organic star on their roster. So let's get into this match. Mercedes comes out.
One more thing, Trevor. Do you think that a person like Toni Storm is thinking, wait a minute, I've been here all this time.
Yes.
I got the higher title, and my money is way lower than hers. She hasn't even proven anything yet in this league.
Yes. So Mercedes comes out with a whole band and everything like that. So, whatever. They're putting the gas behind her because, again, they think she's a bigger star than what she is. But I'm telling you, it's not like when we do these WWE watch-alongs and I can't have my TV up. I had my TV up good and loud, and the crowd was quiet. Hey, when she came out, the crowd went mild. You had like that initial pop, but then they were like, "Oh God, it's just her." But on the other side, when Willow came out, then the crowd was like, "Oh yeah," because Willow, hey, me and MD already Mercedes looked like an
Willow Nightingale was beautiful when she beautiful, bro.
Yes. Willow Nightingale should have won just because of that. That was the best I've ever seen her look. She came out just as bubbly as she always is. She's an organic. She got over organically. So it must bother like a woman like this to be like, oh my God, I've been with this company since the beginning, and now I got to come lay down to the newest WWE person. I mean, it's insane. It's crazy.
Hey, Trev, she pressed the hair out a little bit. She had the makeup on. She had the new jacket. She was beautiful, bro.
This is the same thing.
The new gear. Yeah.
This is the same thing that happened in New Japan when Mercedes went to New Japan. And what was it? Kairi Zhang? She started a feud with her and then beat her eventually.
Well, she didn't care because Kyrie was about to leave anyway. She was like, whatever.
Yeah,
but it's just crazy, man. Because like the match, so I listen to other shows, and because I just want to hear what they're saying. Like to be like, am I being too hard on this? The ending of this match was really good, but the body of this match wasn't good, and it had nothing to do with Willow. Willow was doing her best Nia Jax impersonation. She was laying her shit in. Mercedes is not good, man. I've been telling y'all that from the longest. She was the least of the four horsewomen. She's not good. All she is a hand movement and a little hip shake. That's all she is. She's not fluid in the ring.
She barely got that.
Yeah, because she don't. I mean, but she's not fluid in the ring. There was a spot where I'm like, oh boy, here we go. And then her finishing move is not a finishing move that you could hit on everybody because it didn't even look good.
It looked horrible.
Yeah, it looked terrible. That's why I'm listening to all these other big people. I know because they get interviews with her, so they got to be all glowing and talk about how great she is. I ain't getting no damn interviews. But
no false finish either with no false finish.
Exactly. No,
she hit it, boom, done.
Nothing to make me be like, oh crap. The most exciting thing that happened in this match was at the end, where Chris Statlander and that terrible guy Stokely Hathaway were, almost cost Willow, and then at the end, Stokely comes in yelling at Willow saying he's done. Chris is like, hey, don't talk to her that way. And then now MD, tell the truth. I did send you the message. I said I could see this turn coming from a mile away before the match even started. And there it was. Boom. Chris Statlander turned on her. Now let me ask you the question. Wouldn't the Chris Statlander turn have been better with the title still involved?
Yeah, of course. Of course. And I would have saved it for Dynamite.
And
why are you doing that? Like, that's ridiculous.
Your TBS champion is supposed to be on TV every week. This woman ain't about to be on TV every week defending that belt.
Nope.
And the last thing I'm gonna say. So she's the great big heel, and I've been watching her since WWE 2013, something like that. she does this after every match. You're supposed to be Miss CEO. You're supposed to be this great big heel. But every time you win a damn championship, you can't stop crying. What the hell is wrong with you? It's just like what Bianca Belair does. Every time is a big moment, she does the thing where her mouth starts puckering and she's looking up in the sky. Act like you've been there. Right. You're the biggest signing this company ever had. Act like you've been there. You just won a mid-card belt at best.
Exactly.
Like, get out of here. If you would have beat Tony Storm, then I could be like, okay, you're showing a little emotion. You just won a mid-card belt at best, which you shouldn't have won, because now I don't know where the hell they're going to do the Willow and Chris. I guess they could do it without the title. That's fine. But who you going to defend the belt against? Julia Hart? Oh my God!
She better not beat Tony Storm. I'm telling you right now, that'd be ridiculous.
She gonna get the Jade treatment. She gonna get the Jade. She gonna go in with Adora and Queen Amada and all them people.
Oh, they're gonna line up. They're gonna line up all the black sisters. Yeah. They're gonna line up Kara Hogan. They're gonna line up all the sisters for her to beat.
Because they got that big money mulatto woman now. They good.
Mike say less on Monet. You don't even want to hear about her.
She stings, man. She's literally, boy, you talk about somebody being overhyped. This is the hype train here. She was never.
Trevor, you've been saying about how she's the lesser of the four horsemen or horsewomen, and what I've been seeing. I might have to agree with you. I thought that there was something there, like she was something great. I mean, isn't she the one that was involved in the first? Was she like one of the first main event women at WrestleMania?
But that's because that story was so great. That literally with that storyline, you could have put any two women in the world in that storyline with her and Bayley because it was so great.
Oh man! Now we got
add Charlotte to it. You got to remember that they had to add her to it.
Well, we officially entered hate status with Mike now. I mean, he hates all of us.
all her best matches was against Charlotte. I mean, go figure. Who hasn't had a good match against Charlotte?
Well, yeah, that's true.
Like it just bothers me. Nobody could be objective about her that allegedly covers this stuff in real life. Peace out. Shout out to Xavier Martinez in the building. Everybody that's supposed to cover this in real life, nobody could be objective about it because they want to interview with her or they want clicks for their websites. That's what it is. It's like she's not good. She fleeced Tony Khan, which is great. She fleeced him. It's the money. But you got a homegrown talent in Willow, and now they're never going to revisit that because now Willow has Chris Statlander to deal with.
Yeah.
And by the way, Chris Statlander is very bottom heavy. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, Chris Statlander got body too, man.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Hey,
it's COVID. COVID had that effect on a lot of us.
So do you guys think I'm overreacting? Like, how did y'all feel about this match?
It was bad when it started, but it picked up toward the end. That knee breaker that Willow hit on Sasha on the apron, that looked brutal.
Yeah.
And from that point on, it picked up. So the ending of the match was quite good, except for the finish. But yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate because, like I said, Willow, she's getting that organic push too, and I hate to see it be diminished with this little side angle that they're gonna do with Chris Statlander. But in any event, hopefully that maybe might push Willow toward the world title. I don't know. But as far as Mercedes, like they're gonna give it a Jade treatment, bro. It's nothing significant that you can do with her as far as like an angle. At least not now. You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna have to feed her somebody big. So like, what are you gonna do? You gonna take talent away from the world title picture to give to her? Like that's gonna further diminish the women's world title and make look bad.
No, you know who's next for her, right? Remember, she was attacked in the backstage segment. You know who the attacker is going to be revealed to be, right?
Who's that?
Britt Baker.
I mean, that hell.
Hey, you see Xavier Martinez saying it if they would have took about a month to have Mercedes earn her spot instead of just this one shot where any mistake is amplified, which I totally agree, except for the part where it should be a month. She needs to go through more than a month. She should have gone through a year campaign of just like, getting in the trenches and really like laying her foundation in AEW and then getting gold. Especially with the way she left WWE, went to New Japan, and really hasn't materialized where she should be. So she needs like a 1-year run to solidify her spot here. Just to throw this damn belt on her like that that's just not right.
Bro, can you imagine how bad of a match Britt Baker versus Mercedes-Mone would be? Like, Britt Baker ain't no good either.
It's going to be bad, but it's going to be character driven. At least that will get some character out of it, because Britt is a fantastic character.
We'll see.
She's nothing to write home about in the ring, but I would have this. Okay, you want to know what you do? This is where you break glass and bring Athena up and have Athena beat the holy hell out of her and make her earn her keep. Because all Athena do is wreck bitches. That's all she does. So that's what you do.
Ain't no character could save you from a Hogan Warrior 2 1998 Halloween Havoc. So that dumpster fire literally could happen.
Yeah, she's very very sloppy. As Xavier saying, spent 10 years elsewhere and was a multiple-time champion, the main eventer. She has to wait a year. I don't know about that. Hey, you're in a new company, Xavier. You're in a new company. Earn your keep. Cody Rhodes spent time away, and he didn't win the belt in his first shot. He had to wait a whole year. Yeah, he had to wait an additional year. And then it didn't even look like he was going to win it then.
It wasn't. If it wasn't for the fans, he probably wouldn't even be champion right now.
So we did have the turn at the end, though. Chris Statlander and stuff. Hey, again, Stokely Hathaway is not good. Again, that's another guy that they told me he was so great on the mic, and he just comes off like a cornball if I ever seen one. But Willow Nightingale, this is just solidified her run as the top face in the company, because I think she is their most organic baby face, because it doesn't really seem like they have any true baby faces. That's her right there. So this is only going to be great for her. Sorry that she had to lay down for Sasha, but it is what it is. Let's get into what they call the penultimate match. So again, this was billed as a 3 main event card. The reason they did this, I'm saying this, nobody said this, is because they're saying, Swerve, you're our champion, but we're not letting you go last, brother. So we just gonna call this a 3 match main event. Just so you don't feel bad. And, I know my partner Venkat loves to shit on Cody Rhodes' title run, but you need to tell me how Swerve's title run has been any better. Because it has not. This has been a failure. Like, it's not a failure, but it's not been good. But nevertheless, you have Swerve Strickland taking on Christian Cage.
This is interesting to have Swerve go up against Christian, especially this particular iteration of Christian. This is interesting, yeah.
The storyline in this was good.
Yeah.
From them pulling out his dread and doing all that. This one was good. But the crowd wasn't there for this until the end. Like, again, I think the Ospreay match, the MJF return, or the crowd was like, you know what, we saving all our energy for what's to come.
Yeah.
I just didn't. To me, this never got into that next gear. Like, this was. I'm tired of watching Prince Nana dance. It's just it's just ridiculous. Oh God, I just hate watching dancing black people in wrestling. I'm tired of it. It's crazy. I'm sick and tired of it. But what do you guys think on this? I thought this was an okay match, man. I thought it was good, not great.
Well, see, you probably feel that way because you were up trying to brave the trenches of sleep.
Yeah, because this was about 12 o'clock. Right, MD? I think this one came on at 12.
Oh, my Lord.
Well, it ended at 12 because it ended at 12:30. So they gave Anarchy in the Arena basically 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this ended at 12 o'clock.
That's sick. That's crazy, man. The main event, the world title match would be at midnight. That's crazy.
So what did you guys think about this? Oh, what I do want to say about this too, what I noticed about this card, speaking about the time, every match went like over 10 minutes, it seemed. You know how some cards they'll structure it where you'll get a very long match and then you'll get a match that just ends like that where you're like, oh shit, that was a sprint. There was no sprints in this. Every match was a marathon. And I think that tired out the crowd also.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
A New Japan style type card this was.
Yeah, I thought, I mean, so what?
So it's AEW New Japan in America?
Yeah. So what was you guys' thoughts on the match, though?
It was okay. I mean, like I said, I like the dynamics of the match. Again, I get that there was a story once and got why they got.
Oh, you're breaking up some, MD.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I say, yeah, why did Christian get the shot? Just because the Bucks said that he get the shot. You know what I'm saying? Again, it don't. I can't make heads or tails of it. You know what I'm saying? I just can't do it. I'm glad to see Christian back, but he just came off of being beat by Ed for the TNT title.
He just lost.
Now he got everywhere.
That's WWE booking, brother.
He just lost, and now he gets a world title shot.
It's called failing upwards, sir. It's what white people have been doing for generations.
But hey, I'm glad to see anytime Christian's here, I'm glad to see it. So, it was a good match for what it was. That stomp on the looked brutal. He went high in the air and did.
Yep.
It's unfortunate, man, because again, let me ask you a question first and foremost. Do you think Swerve is gonna last till All In?
Yeah. Yeah.
You think?
Yeah. I think so. Because All In is what, in September? August, yeah. So what's that? What's that, 2 months away? Yeah.
3 months, yeah.
Yeah, he'll last. And you know what? Now that Ospreay got this belt, because that's where I thought they were going to take it away from him, have Ospreay take it from him. But now that they gave Ospreay this belt, they may be trying to hold it out. Because these wrestling promoters do that. They'll be like, nah, because if we take it off of him, y'all gonna be like, see, we give the black guy this short title run. They think like that. So they'll try to swerve you and be like, oh no, we're gonna keep it on him. But now that MJF is back, but MJF is gonna feud with the Undisputed Kingdom bums. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it was a good match for what it was. The crowd, like this match probably was the match where
you just went out, MD.
I like
MD, you must be on your headset or something.
Yeah. I'm still driving, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah, your headset battery probably going out. Xavier Martinez says if he was a young mid-carder, that move would make sense, but the AEW mindset of there is no mid-card title just erases the falling upward logic in their own universe.
Well, I don't know. I don't know, man. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Will Swerve leave All In the champion? I mean, who's going to be his next challenger? Who's going to be his next opponent?
They got Forbidden Door coming up, so they'll probably give him a Chinaman to fight, so he could beat one of them, and then that'll get him to the next show. So that might be it right there.
I was looking at Wrestling with Regret. and he was pretty high on this match. He said ignore the crowd situation and just look at the match for what it is. And he was saying that he gave it like what, a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, he gave it 4 seconds. I watched that guy wrestling with regret. I actually like him, but again, when you hear him talk about this show, he doesn't come off as objective talking about it. He comes off of it as somebody who's not going to criticize what AEW does.
I don't think he's an AEW spokesperson. I don't think he's pro AEW. I just think he just wants good wrestling. I think he's more WWE than anything. He has more emotional attachments to WWE stuff.
Probably, Trey. Matter of fact, this may have been the shortest match of the night.
Oh boy, I hope not. I hope not.
So I don't know. I don't know the times, but it all just seems so long to me, man. It just was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Like I was getting restless, man, because again, I get up 5 o'clock in the morning every morning, even though it was a Memorial Day, so that was good that we didn't have to get up that morning. But bro, like my body is still wired to get up at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, that's so true.
I'm staying up to damn near 1 in the morning watching wrestling. It's like these UFC cards. They start at 5 in the afternoon and they're not over till 1.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
It ain't that much damn fighting in the world. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So what? Okay, so Swerve's title run right now. Do you think they're getting the most legs out of it, or they're still running off of the first black AEW champion?
That's exactly what they're doing. They're running off that block octane. They just they just burning that to the ground. But he needs a great match with somebody. I don't know where we're gonna get that from. But he needs to have a great match, a classic. Something people talk about years from now. He needs to have that.
Hangman. It's got to be Hangman.
Is Hangman hurt right now or what?
I don't know if he's hurt. He may just be taking a break up because I know he didn't even. There was questions if he was even going to do that Samoa Joe, that triple threat match, because they said he was dealing with some issues. I don't know if it's an injury. It might just be some personal stuff. But Hangman Page, I think he needs a Hangman to come back and feud with.
Yeah. And that would be a logical step because of the match they had last year. So now that he has the title, it makes sense for a former champion like Hangman to knock on his door.
Like who's even in the title picture right now?
Where's Samoa Joe? No rematch?
They better give Takeshita.
Takeshita, yeah.
They better give him a shot because that guy could go.
And I mean, even though he'll lose, but it still would be fantastic.
Why didn't we see a what do you call it? A casino battle royale? Where was that at?
Didn't they say that they were going to do that? I don't know. Yeah, I thought that they said that they were going to do that. I don't know. Hey, they probably couldn't squeeze
you could have chopped off 3 matches and put the battle royal there.
They probably couldn't squeeze it in with all the damn matches they had on the card. All right, so let's get into the match that everybody want to talk about, that I want to talk about. Definitely. Let's get into the main event. Anarchy in the arena. Oh, now Swerve's wrestling Luchasaurus. I just turned on AEW and Swerve is wrestling Luchasaurus. I mean, you can't make this shit up.
Oh, he's a fighting champion.
Yeah, I mean, you can't make it up. But no, never mind. I won't even bring it up.
No, yeah. Go ahead.
So Hangman has personal issues. He's not hurt. God, Prince Nana gets on my damn nerves with this dance. I can't wait for him to turn on Swerve. Because he's going to. That'll probably put some gas behind him. So Anarchy in the arena. My goodness. I said that this was going to be a first ever on this show. This show gets a 5-star rating from me and a 1-star rating. This was, MD said it perfectly. This was the best, worst match I ever seen. I thought this was so fun and fantastic. was so stupid and illogical at the same time, but it was just a great time to be had. I gotta give this a 5-star rating, but I also gotta be like, hey, y'all did some really, really stupid stuff in there that I can't look at. So let's get into this Anarchy in the Arena. You had the Young Bucks and Jack, what's his name, Jack Perry and the Rainmaker versus FTR. It wasn't Eddie Kingston. I didn't even realize Eddie Kingston's picture still was on here. Bryan Danielson and a returning Darby Allin. So they said this, and I thought that they were just making it up. Apparently, Darby Allin got hit by a bus over the weekend.
Only Darby Allin would have a situation like that.
Which is why he had on that face mask. He like legit got hit by a bus. It wasn't fake. I guess he walked into a bus or something and it messed his face up. But he still showed up to work. Like, you can't make this up. So this match starts. These guys are brawling and everything. Darby Allin comes out, and his music is still playing. I'm like, damn, this is weird. I like this though, that his music is still playing. So immediately one of the Bucks gets on the mic, and he's like, hey, turn off that crap and put on some real music. So then the Young Bucks music starts playing. It's going, and it's really stupid. Then Bryan Danielson grabs the mic. He's like, turn this shit off and play the best wrestling and the best music in wrestling. The final countdown hits, and they are going, and I feel like I'm watching a movie as this is going on. I'm like, holy shit, this is fantastic. They are doing their best New Jack and ECW impersonation, playing that 187 throughout all of his matches, because it just made his terrible wrestling matches look like 5-star classics because the music was playing. But the line of the night that I love so much, Matt Jackson grabs the microphone and say, turn this off because it's costing us $200,000 every time we play it. And I thought that was the best thing in the world, because that's the reason why WWE can't play certain songs, because they don't want to pay the licensing for it. So for the fact for him to have to say that, I just like wrestling nerd.
We got a budget. We got a budget to keep.
Wrestling nerd me thought that was the best thing in the world, man. This match was friggin' ridiculously stupid and great. They did a TK driver on the chips. Friggin' Jack Perry and Darby Allin wrestled to the back. Darby Allin throws Jack Perry in the cold water tub. All of a sudden, you see a bus coming. Jack Perry crashes into what is supposedly Darby Allin. Jack Perry, they then show us a scene where his head is hit up against the steering wheel. He's bleeding. He comes wobbling out. There's no Darby Allin. He sees friggin' Tony Khan. He throws Tony Khan out. Darby Allin comes back. Before Darby Allin comes back, the friggin' Bucks put him on their riser. So now he goes down into the arena floor like he's being descended to hell. It's just friggin' stupidness, man. But I'm like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing in the world. Darby Allin comes back out of nowhere with a goddamn flamethrower, sets this nigga on fire, like legit sets him on fire. You don't see the pads and stuff that they normally wear when they're gonna do a fire spot. Sets this Joker on fire. It's just amazing. But the Bucks killed it because they already had the fire extinguishers waiting. You need to do that off camera. Our cameraman don't shoot it. Don't shoot it with them holding the damn fire extinguishers in their hands, because you know what's getting ready to come on. Man, I'm not even going to recap the rest of this, man. Y'all.
Yeah, but Darby Allin gets hoisted up in the roof. They hoisted his ass up. He's upside down for like, the crowd has to chant, save Darby. Come on, man.
Please free Darby. Oh my goodness, bro.
This job was great, man. You know, just add Cactus Jack, Max Payne, and the Nasty Boys, and you got yourself the ultimate match in wrestling history. That was great stuff, man. I'm watching it. First of all, Final Countdown is everything. That just killed me right there when they did that. Oh my goodness. It was great. That was just awesome. And a lot of that energy is like offshoot from like the Sting last match too. I mean, that's kind of the same kind of energy, but they took it even higher with this match. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, man, when I tell you, it just as a fun match just to be watching this, like if I never watched wrestling before and you say, hey, come watch this, I always tell people, they say, hey, why do you still watch wrestling? And I always tell them, go watch Stone Cold versus Dude Love Over the Edge, 1998, and you'll see why I still watch this. I thought that was the most ridiculous, chaotic match ever. It's funny because I had Bones and Zay over my house when I used to live, in another city, and I put it on for them, and they had their women with them at the time, and even the women were like, holy shit, this got to be the best thing I ever watched before. Like, it's the most chaotic match ever. But this was, they had Darby Allin hanging them upside down. They bring out the Reebok pumps that has the thumbtacks on it.
And they pumped it up.
they hit Cash with a damn chair that set on fire. MD, what you got on this, man?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man. Hey, I agree with you 100%, bro. It's the best, worst match I ever. I'm putting it in my match of the year folder. That's how epic I think it was. Now it was epic for all the wrong reasons. Now let's go to the points that like didn't make any sense at all to me. First, okay, you did the spot where I guess Darby's supposed to have got ran over. You had him fighting backstage. He dunked Jack Perry in the ice bucket or whatever. All right, cool. They go back to the ring. Then they go back to the outside area, and just all of a sudden, he's running over the pile of stuff. No setup, no nothing. The least you could have did was, okay, let's tape a segment here where we're setting up how Darby Allin's gonna get ran over. You didn't do none of that. The Bucks and FTR in the ring looking like, what the hell just happened? They looking at the Titantron or whatever, and then they just go back to fight like as if nothing. I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah, they look dumbfounded.
I'm like, first of all, I didn't see Darby nowhere. I guess I'm supposed to assume that he's under the pallets and all. I'm supposed to assume that.
Yeah, they wanted us to assume that.
Yeah, you couldn't take the time out to maybe tape a segment showing me that Jack Perry put him under the stuff and then do the spot. That's too much. We ain't got time for that. It's already 12:15. We ain't got time. So it's ridiculous, bro. Then you got the flamethrower spot. Now, remember, Jack Perry got doused in the ice bucket. Darby Allin was drowning. That happened 15, 20 minutes ago. Now you want me to believe. Now, if you notice, when he grabbed Tony, he was still soaking wet. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute.
Yes.
I'm like, hold on. Like, how you still that wet? Like, you're going to dry up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So, obviously, they doused him with some type of flame retardant or something, you know what I'm saying, to get ready for the spot. Then they go back to the arena, and they do like a pan shot where you see the Bucks just on one knee with fire extinguishers. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? I'm like, why they just standing there? This was after. Yeah, this was after they did the Meltzer driver on Daniels. And then when they came back, they just on one knee with. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
But why does it have to be the Bucks that use the fire extinguisher? Couldn't they just make officials or people?
Hey, I'm gonna tell you why. That's a good question. I'm gonna tell you why.
It would have looked so much better, Van Cat.
Well, here's the thing. And this is where I get my ultimate gripe from this match. Still, one of the best AEW matches I've ever seen. It was so much stuff that they put in the hands of the wrestlers, which was irresponsible, in my opinion. You don't do a spot where you have the wrestlers put in situations where the company may be liable. But at the end of the day, the Bucks are EVPs, so they will be liable anyway.
EVPs.
So that's one spot. The other spot, you don't. Okay, when they had Darby hanging up a hog tie, how do you put Now, first and foremost, I'm astonished that they learned some type of way to do the knots to even do this. They had to learn it from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You don't put your wrestlers in that situation. You just don't do it. Okada was stumbling and fumbling trying to figure. Okada was there for a good while. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then they hang him up. You know, they got him so good. It's all type of stuff that could have went like completely and totally wrong.
Oh, what about Okada just being like, to hell with that, trying to put the thumbtack sleeve all the way up?
Oh yeah,
he was like, man, whatever.
Yeah, he said bump it, and the damn Rainmaker looked horrible.
Yeah,
like this was all. I'm telling you, man, this was crazy, bro. But I loved it. I loved every minute of it.
This match was fantastic, man. This match was great and terrible at the same time. Like you can't make it up. Like this was awesome. I mean, just the fact that look at this picture. Like look at this damn picture. Jack Perry hit the bicycle knee on Daniel Bryan to pin him while Darby Allin hanging upside down. Darby Allin, who just had a flamethrower and set somebody on fire, they can't be bothered enough to be afraid of him now. They got him hogtied in the middle of the ring. Where the hell was the Revival? FTR, where were they? Like, it just seemed like in this match, it seemed like for the faces to lose, because they were Team AEW versus the Elite. For the faces to end up losing this match, they also took a hell of a ass whooping in this match. Normally, they'll give them a lot, and then the heels at the end will come out. But they took a hell of a ass whooping in this match. Like when you think about all the craziness outside of being set on fire.
Sent me something on my phone and said that I hog-tied her. I don't know how to hog-tie people.
What is that?
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. I could barely hear it.
What would I hog-tie?
Oh, well, okay. I heard it that time.
My kids listening to this. All of this.
I can't hear a damn thing. Oh, and MD, who is this black cowboy that came out?
Brian Keith.
Yeah, who is that? He looked like he should be a West Coast rapper from back in the 90s.
Yeah, man. Hey, Brian Keith pretty over in AEW right now from the stuff that I've seen. Where I think he came from MLW, I believe. I could be wrong, but I believe he came from MLW, and but AEW signed him recently.
Brian Keith, the bounty hunter. Yeah, he look yeah, I guess. But hey, man, I thought this was tremendous, man. It was chaotic, and as Venkat said earlier, like if you would have started this card at 4. Man, this would have been like this would have just been tremendous, man. But I thought the main event absolutely delivered in both ways. Overall, I thought this was a really good show. I wouldn't give the show an overall 5. I'd give it a 4. Because we can't give halves. If we could get speaking of Samoa Joe, damn, Samoa Joe's back. But we can't give halves. So instead of me giving a 4.5, I got to give it a 4. But I thought the show in itself was really, really great. Was really, really good, not great. Just really, really good.
Yeah, I agree with that. I give it a 4. Again, it wasn't that anything necessarily on the card was bad. It's just like unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? Actually, nothing on the card. I mean, I guess I wouldn't even call the Jericho match bad. It was just unnecessary. A lot of the matches were good matches, like real good matches. And to top it off with that, at the end, like I said, 12:30 at night, barely keeping my eyes open. And to see that, like, yeah, that, I get it. Again, I still wouldn't have had it main event either way. But it, it was fun. So I give it a 4 overall.
Being honest, somebody sent me something on my phone and said that I hog-tied her. I don't know how to hog-tie people. What would I hog-tie?
Who is that?
R. Kelly, man. They hog-tied. They hog-tied him up. Come on, you know,
man. AEW showing the advertisement for some woman that's coming in. Man, she's like a badass. Who the hell is this?
Jay Jr.
Nah, this woman looks like a absolute monster. Speaking of badass, but just not in a good sense. Mercedes will be defending that TBS title tonight against Sky Blue. So there you go.
Wow.
Sky Blue, anybody? Sky Blue. Sky Blue.
You mean AEW doing video packages on they new wrestlers? Wow.
Yeah, there's some woman, I don't know who it is because I can't have the volume up, but man, she look like a badass, man. She
I thought we were supposed to assume that we know everybody.
Yeah, that everybody knows you. So Venkat, what you give this show?
I'm gonna say 4, just like you guys saying. Of course, that Anarchy in the Arena is a 5 all day. 5 all day. My God. Sheesh. Yeah. But I just wish they had a nice afternoon event. And wrestling used to be in the afternoon. I remember like AWA, World Class. They'll have their events, not their regular TV show, but their events. It would be like in the afternoon time. And then I can remember like shows going from day to night, you know, so that's like late afternoon. Everything don't have to be in the wee hours, like 11, 12. It's just ridiculous.
Well, you got to keep in mind they was on Pacific time there, so keep that in mind.
All their shows are that.
Well, I mean, yeah, lost at it was 12:30 for us, so what it would have been 12, 11, 9:30 for them.
That's bad too, but that's still bad. That's still bad. Like they could have been there at like 7 o'clock. You know, their time. They could have been there at that time.
Kids is listening to this.
What the hell? Back at it, stop.
Yeah, Bang had it in his damn sound effects. So fellas, that's
being honest. Somebody sent me something on my phone and said that I hog-tied her. I don't know how to hog-tie people. What would I hog-tie?
Now Moxley's defending the IWGP title or against some guy. Who the hell is? I don't know. None of these damn people. But
kids is listening to this.
Why is New Japan letting this happen? Like I'm like, what's going on?
I don't even know who this guy is. I really don't know who this guy is. Apparently the crowd don't either. But yeah, I don't know. But anyway, all right, fellas, we We gave another AEW show glowing reviews. Very, very glowing reviews. I mean, outside of
destroying lives. It turns me on.
These damn sound effects.
It just doesn't work for me, brother.
We gave another AEW show a resounding review. You know, unbiased as possible, and I'm the WWE guy. Everybody alleged that, so I thought it was a really, 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 really good show. Capped off by a tremendous main event that was great and terrible at the same time, but you know, it is what it is. The next time we come back to you guys, we're finally gonna give you that part 3. What is that? WCW. Wait, what? What is that? The WCW United States. Oh yeah, that's the WCW US title. Next time we're coming back to you will be not this coming Wednesday, but the following Wednesday with the final installation, the final installment of This Is Sting. We're going to go over his WWE and AEW run. So we finally get it. I didn't think that show was going to be that long, but we had to do it justice. Check out the first 2 episodes of it, his NWA WCW run, the early years, and then Sting in AEW. That was do you miss WCW? Absolutely. I think
hell yeah.
I'm doing a list of the top 5 blunders, the top 5 blunders in wrestling history, and that's up there, the death of WCW. But yeah, that's where we
destroying lives.
This guy. but he won't let me come on TFP and just ride out. You see that? But when I'm talking, he got to play every sound effect in the world. But he won't let me come.
He made sure he cut that segment off.
Being honest, somebody sent me something on my phone and said that
he won't let me come on TFP and just and ride out and put people in corners. I don't like how that sounded. But
I'm aware of how destiny.
You must be from the South. Yeah, I'm I guess you say I'm from the South. My state is not really they don't really consider my state the South.
You want the gold, sucker? Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
All right, Vancat on one tonight.
And they be so misplaced, like they're not timed right. But yeah, where I'm from, they don't consider this the South. But yeah, WCW was great. Like if you a real I don't know how old you are, but if you a wrestling fan that got any years under your belt and you don't appreciate what WCW did, then I don't know. And I'm your buddy is an asshole. Now I'm a wrestling purist. I love wrestling. I watch WCCW, Georgia Championship Wrestling. I watched everything. Hell, I even watched what was the one with Eric Embry, the one used to come on USA Network? What is it? USWA. I watched all that crap. Okay, so you're 34. You're not that old. But
it just doesn't work for me, brother.
Probably when WCW went out of business, you were still young. But yeah, we watched it from the beginning. So I loved it. And it's sorely missed. That's why AEW needs to succeed. They just need better management. So yeah, man, but we got that Sting Part 3 coming up, not this coming Wednesday, but the following Wednesday. I don't even know the date on that. We'll do his WWE and AEW run, and then we'll go into the black. Then we'll go into the evolution of the black wrestler. I'm pretty sure that there's going to be a pay-per-view thrown in there where it's going to make us have to come back earlier. But if it is, just check the channel, subscribe to the channel. Check out for all the notifications. MD, I got to get out of here because this guy, he just ain't gonna stop. MD, what you got coming up on the channel?
Oh man, hey, check me out tomorrow, man. MD Thought Box Live, the truth about Biden's economy. That's pretty much all I got coming up.
Oh, the truth about Biden's economy. You pro or against?
I'm gonna do pros and cons, man. I'm gonna be objective. I ain't gonna trip because there are pros and cons from a totality aspect.
You know what's funny? One of the guys, our FedEx driver came to our job and he was like, "Boy, y'all must got the secret. Y'all must got the secret because y'all the only ones that's busy. All these other companies around us are going out of business." And I never even realized that because we're just so busy. So I'd be very interested to hear what you got to say about that because I admittedly I don't check what's going on in the economy.
I'm gonna give a theory. If you ever notice, the economy as a whole always seems to pick up in an election year. Have you ever noticed that?
Well, yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, that should give you.
It looks good. Unemployment rates miraculously go down.
Okay, all right. Well, that should give you a hint as where I'm going with it.
All right, Vancat.
How do you explain 2020?
A global pandemic.
But what?
Yeah, but it was also an election year.
Yeah, but that's an anomaly, though, Van. Can I ain't, you know,
I explained 2008.
What
was an election
again?
year.
I'm gonna explain all of that tomorrow. I'm explaining.
Y'all make sure and subscribe to the MD20. He always got that great political stuff. And God and Government will be back this Monday.
Yeah, I'll be on Monday. Just busy,
Right,
man.
cool.
Hey, Biden's economy, man. I'm busy as hell.
Yeah, Biden's economy. Hell, my work schedule look like it's starting to clear out a little bit. So soon I'll be able to start back going weekly on certain things. I still like to every other week though, just because it's saving my voice and stuff like that. But nevertheless, Mr. Soundman, go and give your close out.
Rick, in 2022, it was you were training. It was supposed to be your last match. Did you train at all for that thing?
Hey, my closeout is, of course, another great AEW show. A not so great time to see it, but overall, still the show is great. I'm kind of concerned about Swerve as far as where his run is going to be and how, because if he goes down at All In, that's kind of a failure for me. That's not only a short run, but it won't be memorable because unless he starts wrestling some really great matches in the next coming weeks, it could be an underwhelming title run. So we'll be watching that to see how that goes. Hopefully Swerve could get a more honorable run in the next few weeks with someone to dance with that can get him at that level he needs to be.
You mean underwhelming like Ron Simmons' title run?
No. Ron Simmons, I mean, it wasn't his fault. I mean, when you're going up against the Barbarian,
Tracy Smothers,
going up against Haku,
Tracy Smothers.
Oh, I don't know about the Tracy Smothers one.
He had a title defense against Tracy Smothers.
He had a title defense that he was supposed to do against Rick Rude, then Rick Rude got hurt, so then that didn't happen. And then that's how Barbarian had to step in, which like all these guys on the roster, he could have wrestled, but whatever. Yeah, I just don't know what happened there, but Vader beat him and he beat Vader in August, and by December Vader was champion again.
So did you? I don't know if you saw that, but did you agree with me putting him at number 3 on the list of top black world champions?
I respect it. Because on the one hand, it is on the woman, but on the other hand, it was groundbreaking, and you have to recognize, especially you got to put yourself back in that time period where nobody was getting that. So just on that strength alone, it commands some power. So if he's third, that's good. Ron Simmons had to be there so that it gave Booker T the ability to thrive and rise up.
And that was the only reason he even made the list, because of that moment was so great.
Yeah, and nobody could ever take that away from him.
Hey, answer that question from Rewind 89. Oh, it's a statement. He's saying they say the unemployment is at the lowest it's been in 50 years.
Of course.
Yeah, that's true.
Look here, like not only that, but it's a hard sell for Donald Trump. Not only is like the most unpopular president in history. I mean, who's ever been with 91 counts felonies, right? Who's ever been in that situation? However, as the president, Donald Trump has spent more money than the 44 other presidents combined in the 4 years he was president. So that right there alone disqualifies you as, he's going to run it like a business. Yeah, he ran it just like his business in the gutter. Because for some reason we have amnesia that 2020 didn't happen. And all that was under him. It wasn't like, it was something that he couldn't have avoided. He could have done plenty of things to mitigate the problem. And he chose to self-sabotage himself.
Real quick, because I don't want to turn this into TFP. Real quick.
Go ahead.
What would you have Trump? What would you have had him do as from an economic standpoint when the pandemic started?
Well, for one, don't set up the program of Operation Warp Speed to get the vaccines out there. Invest in making the vaccine, and then simultaneously knock the vaccine. Make it a political show where people then started catching feelings on it. How are we going to take vaccines all our lives? Vaccines got rid of so many things that were crippling human beings. You can get past a certain age because of some silly ass disease that's looked upon as nothing, like all these great things that we've had to deal with were eradicated through vaccines and whatnot. So
okay, Vancat, you hit the right stick button on me. I said, what could he have done economically?
Oh my God.
You juked on me a little bit.
Lord. I mean, economically, I don't know, like programs to, like kind of what Biden did, making the vaccine readily available for people where it doesn't cost them, tax incentives or whatever you have to do to make it readily available for everyone across the board. So that the rollout, the way it succeeds is if you don't get a large enough rollout that enough people get the vaccine to be able to shield from the disease. I mean, from the virus, making everybody sick. Then you're just perpetually just going to keep having these outbreaks, and that's what we saw. Every time we would shut down, as soon as we open back up, oh my goodness, all this record-breaking outbreaks of people getting the vaccine, getting the virus and deaths. So I'm just saying, it wasn't a hard thing to do, but he undermined the process at the same time trying to help the process, which doesn't make any sense. And you can't say you're going to inject bleach into your system to help to do that and throw conspiracy theories like using a horse medicine to to use instead of the vaccine, when simultaneously you got the vaccine at your home administered to you while telling your supporters about you don't need to take the vaccine. So and that video from TFP last night, you saw when he talked about it, he tried to do a victory lap with the vaccine, and his supporters at that point, they're so conditioned to making it such a testy thing that they started booing him. So I don't know.
Because they were against the vaccine because that
they
was part of the show.
They were not against nothing until he made it that way. He refused to wear the mask. He orchestrated all that. He made everything political, and then it bit him in the ass. And that's where you fail at. Like, it was an unforced turnover. You just threw the other team the ball for no reason. Like, nobody did anything. Like, but all his issues are unforced turnovers. That's all him. Grabbing the documents.
That's what populists do. They go with what the people say. They just say whatever. I agree with that.
Yeah. So, yeah, a lot of people died on his watch. So you carelessly spent the money. You gave tax breaks. That then all these tax breaks that were given out when 2 years before COVID, and then COVID hit, and all these cities and states don't have money to properly respond to this emergency. So that's a dumbass.
What the hell? Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
You can lick my ass on that one.
He got you, Vancat. He got you.
Nah, he got me.
Real quick. Rewind 89. If you want to hear more of this talk, because I see you seem to be real political, come by every Tuesday at 6:30? Yeah, 6:30 p.m. to this channel. Tape Fist Politics, the best politics show on YouTube. You get nothing but this. They done infiltrated the wrestling show with Tape Fist Politics.
Yeah. I don't know how. Hey, you shouldn't have said that, Trev.
Yeah.
Hey, ironically though, me and you, Trev, we both said that the most money we made was up under Trump. Guess what year I made the most money?
Mine was 2020.
Mine was 2022.
Yeah, 2020. I was able to buy bought a new house, bought a new vehicle. Yeah, 2020.
2020 is the most money I ever made in my life.
Well, I mean, with the exception of now, but yeah, 2020.
No, I'm talking about, it's still annually 2020 for me was the most money I made ever in my life. Now, albeit I did have my own truck at that time, but that year is the most money annually I've ever made. Still to this day.
Read that comment, Trevor.
Oh yeah,
just read that comment, Trevor.
Yeah.
Now, truckers were essential workers.
Trevor, read this comment. Trevor.
He said he had some good points, but earlier,
I'm just trying to make sure you can read that comment, Trevor.
Earlier, he said you was an a-hole for constantly playing the sound, but hey,
that's okay. That's okay. I'm good with that.
Come by on Tuesday. Just come by on Tuesday. Tape Is Politics. They get it in with all of this stuff. But I agree. 2020 for me, before now was the best earning year ever.
2020 was when he got it.
Yeah, 2020. Like I said, truckers were essential. I was on the road while everybody was at home. I was on the road. A lot of the people that I was dealing with, as far as shipping, all they was doing was stocking up. So and there was no traffic. I was riding.
I never stopped working. We never stopped working during COVID. Like
exactly.
1 minute.
So all like your steel manufacturing and all that was still going. So I
for a few industries, but a lot of if you work in the entertainment industry, can you say the same thing? If you're in arts and entertainment, like on a stage performing, you ain't got no work. If you run in a theater, you ain't got no work. If you run in a restaurant, you ain't got no work. There was a large, and these are industries that employ a massive amount of Americans.
Yeah, I agree.
Teachers was affected by this.
A lot of restaurants leveled up during COVID though, because they start doing the takeout and stuff like that. A lot of these restaurants all hard.
There were restaurants that were teetering on the brink. And then COVID shut them down. Talk to the buffet people.
Well,
buffets were shut down. Buffets, they were shut down.
And they couldn't make a comeback.
But DoorDash rolls up.
That's not a bad thing, Venkat. You would agree with that. I mean, not for the job loss, but I mean, we probably shouldn't be having smorgasbords of a whole bunch of shit that's making people fatter and fatter. Would you agree?
Hell, even the buffets was DoorDash and Uber Eats.
Yeah, some of them that could get there.
Well, the bigger ones, like the Golden Corrals and stuff.
Yeah, all the Golden Corrals down here shut down. All the ones in my town, all the ones in my city.
Well, it was exclusive takeout. Not takeout, but it was doing DoorDash. Like the people that work there would like fix the food and do, you know what I'm saying? But that's a southern thing though. The South, they were resisting the shutdown.
Yeah. Hey, I guess everybody got tired. There was a part down here on 95 where one night everybody just got tired of the lockdowns and just went to 95 and completely shut down Interstate 95 and turned it into a car show. Chicks was twerking on the cars, obviously, because that's what they do. People out there on their four-wheelers and everything. The cops was like, you know what? There's nothing we could do about this.
So I want to make a statement on that right there. For this society that we're in, where people are like, I don't need nobody. I do good by myself. They ghosting people. They're doing all this stuff. I don't need nobody. And then as soon as COVID hit, everybody just turned straight bitch and start tearing up, going all crazy because, I don't have interaction with a person. Yeah, whatever, man.
Venkat, I loved it. I loved it.
That was like the best
having to interact with people.
Exactly.
All my coworkers, if they needed me, they'd had to call me on the phone, even though we're in the same shop. They couldn't come like 10 feet in my space. I was just like, hey, just call me on my phone. You want something? I loved it.
There was a news report talking about, kids are not able to interact at school and it's making them depressed. I'm like, what? These are the same kids that have been skipping school all year long. All of a sudden they're depressed. They can't see another person. Get the hell out of here. It's ridiculous. It's all kind of lunacy. But again, I ain't letting Trump pass that. How are you going to be in office 4 years and you spent more money in your reign than the 1 through 44 presidents? That's the you gotta explain that to me. And again, that's what Trump sees right now. Trump in 2016 didn't have the baggage. This is what was told to Obama. Obama was like, man, I think I need more experience. I'm only been a senator for 2 years. And someone told him, that's perfect because you don't got the baggage. Trump is Mr. Baggage. And when you ran in 2016, you may have been able to escape a lot of people with that. But now you ran 2020 and now you're running in 2024. And you got 91 counts on your ass. So he got all the baggage in the world, and you can't run from your own record. All you got to do is lay out Trump's record, and it's a wrap. So now you got to be, you got to hear all this unreasonable talking. Well, if he murdered somebody, I'll still vote for him. When you got somebody like that, I ain't talking to you. You're making no sense.
All right, well, we hit that 3-hour mark, man. We was almost out of here.
Well, I was headed for 4.
And now, well, no, not me. I'm about to get out of here. But Trent Beretta that quit on Sunday is now with the Don Callis family. He just joined them. So, but the last thing I want to say, man, I forgot. I don't know how I didn't mention it, but I got this sweet Straight Talk Society truckers hat. Yeah, there we go. Got the sweet Straight Talk Society trucker hat. You know, is busting. I just got the sample today. They will be going on sale soon. The store is set up. We're literally, the whole hold up right now is the shipping costs. We're trying to figure out how we're going to do the shipping costs.
The store live?
No, the store is live, but just it's not open. I don't have it published yet.
So you can't. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we have everything that's going to be sold is there. We just don't have it published yet. We're just trying to figure out shipping costs because the shipping cost is ridiculous.
Right.
So we're just trying to figure out how we're going to do that. But yeah, man. Peace to your Rewind 89 for coming in. Check out Tuesdays at 6:30. Take Fist Politics. They do this for about 3-4 hours. They just run at everything political. You can get your entire political feel on that show. Tomorrow night we will be having a debate. The champ will be back in the building. This Friday, the MMA brothers will be back for UFC 302. Yeah, there's UFC 302 preview show.
What does that mean? Sorry, dude. What does that mean?
I don't know. Then UFC, then the review show is Sunday. So we got a lot going on, and I didn't do a 5 count for Monday Night Raw. I may not do one for SmackDown. I don't know. I don't know how things going because we're doing the UFC show. But check out one of my lists will be coming up this weekend. Probably Hulk Hogan's top 5 greatest moments ever in his career. Something like that. Something will be out. Also, check out my juicing videos. Been getting some good traction on that lately. Just got my brand new juicer, so I'm going to do my unboxing.
Hey, real quick, Trail. Is Battleground Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday.
Okay.
Sunday.
Right.
Yeah, Sunday at 7.
Okay.
That's weird.
Yeah. No, NXT does most of their shows on Sundays.
I guess maybe they're trying to do it like the old days.
Yeah, for some ridiculous reason, I kind of like Saturday, but
yeah, it's much better.
Look at that. The crowd goes mild. Here go Mercedes, and no, ain't a person. You got the one bum in the front screaming her name. Like, look at the crowd. Like, literally, the crowd is like literally just doing nothing. Nothing. But I don't know, Venkat, y'all want to keep riding out? You can go ahead and close the show out, but I'm about to get out of here.
No, that's good. I'm leaving. I gotta get ready for sleeping.
I'm hungry, man. So, all right, fellas, I'll check y'all tomorrow night.
I'm still driving.
Driving.
Yeah. Truck drivers don't stop. You ain't logged your 12 hours, your 10 hours yet?
I got 15 minutes left.
Oh, okay. So you trying to get as far as you can.
Yeah, like I said, man, this week and last week been crazy.
Oh, it's UFC 303. Hey, man, these numbers just run in. Man, listen, I used to watch the UFC when it first came out. I ain't no way in the hell I ever thought they would have been up this high in the numbers. But hey, come by Friday. They're doing a UFC preview show. That's the MMA brothers. They'll be here doing that show. Then they'll do the review show Sunday. So anyway, fellas, I'm out of here. I'll see y'all tomorrow. MD's Thought Box tomorrow night. Got a debate tomorrow at 6. Everybody else, peace to you. All the new people, everybody watching over at Twitter, appreciate it. Peace and love. Welcome to the Straight Talk Society. Hey, I ain't got nothing else to say. Peace.
Now the whole world can acknowledge me.
You'll get the shit. You'll be knee deep in the shit.
Brother, I'm gonna take you home.
What?
You're gonna be my